What's going on, YouTube? Oh, I don't know why it's saying get me a time going on that. What's going on, YouTube? Oh, I don't know why it's saying. All right. But anyways, yeah, I know. Now you see me live on a Saturday. Just waiting for a few people to come on in. I just went live and everything, but it says I've been live for over 2 hours. I'm going, I just went live. I don't know why everything was, time and everything was weird. I don't know what was going on with that. I'm getting all my notifications. So what's everybody up to today? Uh-oh. You're hearing an engineer in the background. Well, nobody wanting to type anything. Says I got one person watching, but nobody wanting to type. That person got a video going. But, nah. And there's a few other channels got their lives going right now. I'm not aware of. It's like, oh well, that's fine. Just waiting to see who all wants to come in on this one. I mean, nice day. Unfortunately, I'm stuck here at the house. Gonna do some work. And anyways, just the fact is that with everything going on, I'm trying to save some money. I'm switching from the paid StreamYard over just to the freebie. Going back to that one. Mainly because I'm not doing over 20 hours a month, and why spend the money for it? So basically, yeah, save about $240 to stick with the free one. Well, it says I got one watching. I don't know who's watching. Unless that's me. I do have it up on YouTube. What's it? Well, Crystal's in there. She's taking a nap because she's got some things. Hey, what's up, Daryl? How you doing today? Yeah, I figured today I'd do my last paid. Since today's the final day for my subscription for paying for YouTube or for StreamYard and everything. I figured why not? I might as well switch over to the freebie one. Oh, cold? Hey, you see me? I'm out here in the garage. It's getting warm. I'm wearing my t-shirt. But I figured today I'd do my last paid style StreamYard, since after today I'm not paying that yearly subscription. Going back to the freebie. Because I started on the freebie and wound up doing over almost 20 hours after about 2.5 weeks on that. It's like, oh, I got to have more hours. But since I'm not really doing over 20 hours a month, it's like, nah, saves that $240 and switch back over to the freebie one. You know what? Big one up. Last one. They're in this. Okay. Been the last time I'm going to do this. Get it set up where it's open for anybody. I don't know. I might start keeping it that way as long as everybody behaves themselves. You know, Coyote, I mentioned to him about these Coleman stoves and everything. Of course, he knows about the live stream, and so a few of the other people that was on. Hey, Briggs, how you doing? But yeah, I'm gonna be basically doing a giveaway style on these Coleman stoves I've got. Got too many of them. Like they're taking up rooms. Like I want to get rid of some, get some space. But only certain one, about 3 of them for sure. Rest of them, nope. Yeah, I know all about that. Anyway, I got the link if anybody wants to show up in the panel. Uh-oh. I'll have to watch that later. There's a video I'm going to have to watch later on YouTube. But now I've got this one here. This Coleman stove here. It's a 413C. Found out they only made those for like 3 years. It's very unusual, very rare. Trying to find all the correct parts and everything for it. My normal supplier, I can get parts for just about all the other models, but finding stuff for this one, not as easy. And I've still got to find parts for. I've got a mil spec lantern that I'm still trying to get parts for. See if I can get that operational. I've got a couple other lanterns. I still got to get some stuff for it. What's up, Tommy? I know, a little early in the day. Ah. Yeah, Briggs, I know all about have to put a new timer in. Yeah, there was, matter of fact, I got my mom a new washing machine years ago, and I forget, the fill level sensor had gone out on it. And anyways, wound up buying that and got the lifetime warranty set up for it. And I think about 6 or 7 months later, it went out. It was doing the same thing. So wound up going back to the same place. They had another one in stock, and they were saying, okay, that'll be such and such amount. I go, hold it, I've got lifetime warranty on this. They go, what? Yeah, showed them their receipt and everything. They go, damn, you got that before we stopped doing lifetime warranty. I said, yeah, but I've got the receipt here showing I got lifetime warranty on it. She goes, yep, they have to honor it because I bought that warranty before they stopped. So anytime, if you buy a part and you get that lifetime warranty, if that company stops afterwards, they're SOL. They have to honor that warranty because you got it before they decided to stop. And that's what I found out. So it worked out pretty good. Of course, I haven't had any other problems with that washer. I'm surprised Lorna ain't got up here yet. Let me see something. Um, it's 1:11. Now, 1:11 in the afternoon, which is something. Yep. For some reason, the time on the computer is all kind of messed up. I thought I had it all adjusted. It's showing the wrong time in StreamYard. I don't know why. Probably have to, once I get done with this stream, I'll probably have to wind up shutting it down and restarting it. That way it gets corrected. Ah, yeah, yeah, we did that, what, 2 weeks ago? We, as I say, sprung forward. So usually y'all are 6 hours ahead. So right now, until the time to y'all's change, y'all are only 5 hours. So we gained an extra hour. So that would make it, see, a little bit after 6 o'clock in the evening for y'all. Lorna hadn't even seen the message yet. What's up, Wayne? I know it's unusual. You to see me live on a Saturday afternoon. Better, why not? I ain't got nothing else going on right now. But the only noise I've got going on right now is from the drag strip. They got the funny cars out there running. And even though that place is about 6 miles away, I can still hear them here at the house. Oh, now she sees it. Okay. I know she's awake. Now she's typing back. Ah, yeah, those are some nice places, Wayne. I know we got the Texas Roadhouse, and then you also got Logan's Roadhouse. It's almost the same. Um, I think it's the same company. They just different names and everything. But yeah, I mean they're good. Just gotta watch out for the peanut shells on the floor. Yeah, I know. Last night I surprised Crystal. Um, One of the guys from the ministry, he posted a picture of what was for dinner and everything, I looked at that picture and was like, I know what I want for dinner. I told Crystal and said, okay, I know exactly where we're going to go. I ain't telling you where. And so we just got in the truck, and she kept asking me. I told her, says, look, I haven't been to this place in about 10 years, and which is true. I hadn't been there that long. And it's a place that she and I had never been to. We talked about it and everything in the past. Uh-oh. I got me one of those guys that like to fly around that they give you a kiss, it hurts. So I need to get, as soon as it lands, if I can, I'm going to give it a nice little bath. Where'd I lose it at? There he is. He lands on the can itself. Come on. No, where are you? I want to make sure it's in an area that I don't have the stuff coming back at me. I lost him up in the ceiling area. Oh, there he is. Get out of here. Oh, the yellow jacket. Yeah, definitely that time of the year. But got on the road and everything. I want to take her to Pancho's Mexican Buffet. Because I haven't had, their food in a long time. It was real good, too. Ooh. Well, she says, give her a minute to get the laptop up. And I know it's been over a minute. Must be a British minute, which is about 2.5. You can definitely tell she's not a minute man, minute woman, but eh. Hey, Lorna.
You're on early.
Yeah. Well, we told you I was going to go live this time.
No, you're 2 hours early.
Eh.
Huh.
John, as far as go-kart channel, oh, someone's got their YouTube still going.
I don't.
Well, I heard an echo. There's actually a couple of channels I like watching. There's a couple of guys that are up on the East Coast. A couple crazy guys. Here comes that damn yellow jacket again. I hate it when they want to kiss you because they hurt. Yeah. But that one is Cars and Cameras. I've watched them for about 4 years now. And got me really thinking. I like what they're doing on some of the stuff, especially with the Predator engines from Harbor Freight, which I started learning a lot on. But like I said, some of the things that those guys do, and I did get a chance to meet them at the Go Power Sports 180. Even though with all the stuff that they do, they still came in second, which is not bad. And then for me, get out. Getting them. Trying to give that damn yellow jacket a bath. like I said, I like watching Cars and Cameras, which is John and Ike, and now they got Charles on there. Which I'm looking forward to the Pate Swap Meet, which they're supposed to be coming down. Hopefully this time I do have my camera with me because I like to put up a little challenge against them. The other would have to be Redbeard's Garage. A matter of fact, he just got through showing off a 999 cc V twin and everything. So I was like, that's going to be interesting to watch to see what he does with those. They're not Predator engines. I think they were Duramax is what they were. So, and they have electronically controlled carburetor. There's no, you have a speed control sensor, so you don't have an actual throttle to control how fast the engine goes. It's actual like a dial, and that's what does all that. All right, so now say your complaints about me going on early.
I was asleep.
And your point is?
I got woken up. Chris goes, do you know Mater's live? I go, no, it's not. He's not live until 8 o'clock. Goes, no, he's live now. Check my phone. I was like, oh.
Well, for some reason, I had it set up for one time, and then the computer kept saying something else. Because right now it says I've been live for almost 2.5 hours.
Okay, then.
So I don't know what's going on with the time and everything, but I had it set for one time, and it was like,
yeah, you've got it set for 2 hours time.
Yep.
I was like, hi, Tommy. Hi, everyone.
But yeah, I mean,
why have you put the link in the chat?
Well, it's gonna be probably the last time. I don't know. I might just start leaving it up there, as long as everybody plays nice and behaves, doesn't say bad things. I'll leave it up.
Cool. Where's your partner in crime?
Yep, she's in there sleeping right now because she's got to be over at the church. They've got an event going on today, so she got in Shanghai for cooking, and she's got to be there at 3. Chris is supposed to be at work at 2 o'clock, and then we got it's a bike benefit tonight. So yeah, I'm going to be seeing about doing that. But right now, as it stands, it's supposed to be me and someone else going. Well, they're now backing out. So if they're backing out, I'm not going by myself and everything. So I got to find out if someone else is going to go. And if I don't go to that, if Crystal gets home early enough, we'll just go out to the races tonight. Go watch some dirt track racing.
Cool.
Yep. Now, we do have the drag strip going right now. They got the funny cars running out there. And the only bad part about a big event, semi-big event like that, is we get people from out of town. They're not familiar with how things are here, and they don't know how to drive.
Yes, Tommy, our clocks go forward tonight.
Yep.
Everyone's probably thinking, well, I'm thinking you're not on until later.
Yeah. Well, I know that. Well, Money was telling me that what was it? Big T is goes live at 1.
Big Flip was on, and he was
Okay.
on. Money was there.
Yeah. But no, I did wind up canceling my yearly subscription for YouTube or for StreamYard to where I'm paying. So I'm going back to the freebie.
That's
And
cool.
it's mainly because I mean that's going to save me $240,
Mm.
the entire year. So that's $240 I don't have to worry about spending. And
Well,
I'm not going
I'm
20
thinking
hours.
about it.
Well, for me, I'm not going over 20 hours a month now, so I don't have to worry.
Exactly.
So I mean, the only reason I went with the yearly is because I was starting to go over my 20 hours for the free one.
Mm.
Um,
Well, since my one has been renewed, I haven't even used it.
well,
I haven't even gone live since my monthly one's been renewed.
Well, today is the last day for me having, the unlimited and everything. Here comes Briggs.
Well, you can make up your mind what you want to do. If you want to come on, you come on. If you don't want to come on, you don't have to. You still got the 20 hours a month, haven't you?
I know.
If
Well,
seven pops up, at least you ain't got. Oh, I got all these minutes I got to use. Like,
right. Well, I was, doing the math and everything, and if you look at it, I'm doing Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm doing about a 2-hour live stream, so that's 4 hours a week. Okay, so at 4 weeks, that's only 16 hours. So that still gives me about a 4-hour window here and there throughout the month. Say give or take.
yeah, can always do a pop up live somewhere.
Like today, yeah.
Because your new lot of minutes should have started today, shouldn't they?
They're actually going to start tomorrow. They should start tomorrow because today's the last day for the subscription I had for the year for unlimited.
Yep.
So, like I said, there's no use for me paying for something that I'm not getting the whole benefits out of.
No, hell no.
No, it costs too much. I mean, how much does it charge a month to get the unlimited?
I'm paying £20 a month for mine.
Yeah,
and
it's like
that's dollars. That's in your money.
Yeah.
$20 a month.
I wound up paying for a year all in advance. That was $240.
Yeah, that's a half a car payment almost.
Yeah, and the only thing is that with the paid one, yeah, I get the unlimited hours. All this. There's a lot of benefits to it. I mean, I could, if I want to go over, if I want to do 50 hours a month, okay, no problem. I can have up to 10 people up in a panel. Okay. But I'm not doing that much on live streaming right now.
I'm sorry, but going 10 people on a panel, I'm sorry, I think that's a bit too much.
Yeah.
Too many. Like 5, 6 is enough on a panel at one time. But that's just my opinion. Because it can get over.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you start getting 5, 6 people talking all at once. It's kind of hard to hear what they're saying.
10 is even worse.
Yeah. And right now there's only 3 of us, so with the freebie one, I'm allowed up to 6.
I think the maximum I've seen on yours recently is about 4 or 5. So you're
I think
not
I've
missing.
I think I've
No.
had about 7 at one time.
Mm.
7 or 8, something like that. I think was the max. So I've never gone really, much over 6. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, if like someone wants to come up and you've already got 6 up, I can always drop. So
Right.
we can always rotate. So you can always give someone else a chance to come up. Like if
Oh yeah.
someone's been up there a
Hasn't
little
had
while.
more than 6 on in a couple months because some people get their feelings hurt and
Yeah.
just it's like you say anything that people don't like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I promised somebody something here a couple months ago, and I haven't taken it to them, and now they're getting upset that I haven't brought it to them yet. And I said, and they said, you're never going to bring it up. I said, the last couple months when I offered it to them, my parents died, and I was running into issues. Then winter came. I'm not going to drive to an area where they live, possibly getting snowed in.
That's
So
reasonable.
It seems like a lot of people are getting a butt hurt.
Yeah.
Well, I said I was going to bring it up. I said I was going to bring it up in the spring, and they're like, "Well, I'm here all the time." I said, "Uh-huh." And I work for a living. You're retired.
Yeah.
Yep. That's like me. There's some things that I can't do during the week because I'm at work during the day. Now, luckily for me, I've got Crystal here, so she can get some of the stuff done, but there's still things that require me to do it, but I ain't got time to mess with it until the weekends because that's when I'm off work.
It's like when my father died. He collected those old style gas torches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The brass ones.
Right.
And he had about 50 of them. I had a couple people that want them, but they don't want to pay for shipping to get them.
Well, if they don't want to pay for shipping, then they ain't gonna get them.
That's what I said to them, but I'm a prick because you said I could have them. I said you live in 3 states away. They need to pay for shipping. I'm giving it to you for free.
Yeah, pay for the shipping or drive over here and get it. And it's gonna be cheaper for the shipping.
Even before gas went up, even if before gas went up, it'd be cheaper to ship it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're worth about $100, all cleaned up and running.
Right.
Depending on where you live. I mean, my father bought them at rummage sales for $5, $10, $15. One guy he actually restored one and made it work. And it's gorgeous.
Oh, that's kind of like these, right. I was gonna say that's kind of like these Coleman lanterns and stoves I get. I see people try to sell them and everything. Matter of fact, I saw on Facebook Marketplace this morning. Someone had a Coleman lantern. They were asking $65 for it. I'm going, really? You want that much for that, and it's in that kind of condition? It ain't worth it. People will ask.
I'm not gonna lie. I would love a 3-burner only for the width because I got a frying pan that barely fits on my 2-burner, but I'd never use all 3 burners. I'll tell you that.
Right. Well,
I wish they would make a wide 2-burner.
They do.
You know what I mean?
Well, there's 2 versions of a 2-burner. They do have,
but I've never seen the wide one around here. I wish they made a wide 2-burner because to me I'd never use all 3 burners. I mean, it'd be nice to be able to do my coffee and cook at the same time when I camp. Because believe it or not, I camp a lot. These last 2 years with my parents, I don't. But this year, I got me. Where is it here? Matter of fact, I don't know where I put it. I got a brand new tent delivered that I ordered Where in the hell did I put it? But anyways, I ordered a brand new tent that looks like a teepee.
Okay.
Got it on Amazon, super cheap. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, that's right. I put it down in the basement. I'll get it later. But it looks like a teepee. And you can stand up completely in it. That's why I like it.
Right. Now,
Some of those one-man tents you got to crawl into and you can't stand up.
Yeah. That's kind of like that teardrop camping trailer. I mean, yeah, they're nice and they're cute and everything. You can sleep 2 people in them. You've got your area in the very back for your kitchen. But the only drawback to them is that you can't stand up inside of it.
Well, exactly.
You've got about 3 feet, 3.5 feet above the bed, and the bed's taking up the entire inside. So you have to crawl in. You know, when you open up either the side doors, you're crawling in on the bed, so you can't stand up.
Crouching down when you're an old man and getting in and out of a camper ain't no fun. It's amazing how people don't like to camp anymore, though. They won't even try it. Oh no, I ain't being out in the bugs and that and getting wet in a tent. And it took me a year to get this woman I know. I mean, we weren't dating or anything. To finally convince her, let me take her camping. And I took her. Yeah, but I said, look, I use an air mattress. I ain't sleeping on the ground. I sleep in a raised platform bed. It's like sleeping in a. I said, you'll love it. It's like taking your bed outside. And after I did that, the following week, she said, "Are you going camping again? Can I go with you?" It is. It's nice sleeping outside in the summer.
I mean, like for me, like I do a Renaissance festivals. Okay, there's one that I've been to and been going to for several years. They have on-site camping. I go down there. I take my tent. It's a 18-inch thick blow-up air mattress. It's got a built-in air pump and everything. So that's what I use.
I got one looks like a mattress and a box spring put together. It's 36 or 46 inches high. It's like laying on it's like a regular bed.
Yeah.
And I love that thing. You get in there. I put my little folding tables on both sides. It's like living with you got your bedside tables, and I set up like a damn bedroom.
Yep, that's the way I've got my tent. I've got one tent that it actually has a screened-in porch area on it.
Yeah, well, I got a separate one like that, and I put a tarp between the two, and make it like a breezeway between the two.
Right.
The reason why I do that because then I can put Maggie in there, or before I haven't taken her camping yet, but when I took Briggs and Stratton, they'd be in the sun area, the screened-in area, and I'd be in the tent. So dogs and air mattresses don't mix well.
Right. Well, see, for me, I've got not only have I got the tent, actually I got 3 different tents that I use, okay, or I can choose from, depending upon where I'm going and the season, okay, because one of them is designed for more cold weather than the other ones, okay. So I've got one that if it's going to be like 80 degrees out at night, I've got one that's more open for getting more of the breeze and everything coming through.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay?
Well, this tent I got has a window in it that I can put an air conditioner in it.
Yep.
And a lot of these tent sites have, all the tent sites have free power.
Yep.
Or and the other one's got $5 a day. Hell, I'll pay $5 extra a day to put a window air conditioner in there. Hell, you go out there in the middle. You go out there in the middle of summer, and some guy saw me do that. You put the air conditioner in, and then it gives you a stick to hold it up on the back. Guy came in and says, "What the hell?" And I took him in there. He says, Where'd you get that tent?
Yep.
He ordered that. He says, I'm buying that tent. That I like that. But hey, if you're gonna go camping, you know, there's nothing worse when a real hot day and you sweat your balls off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, for me, you know, I've got one tent, my primary tent that I'll take. But like I said, I've got a couple others that it depends upon the season and what the weather's going to be like, whether or not I'm going to pack them up or not. But right outside, I've got my little it's a 10 by 10 canopy that I'll get set up. I'll have my lighting and everything strung up in there. That's where I'll have the seat, you know, the chairs and everything. That's where I'll have the cook stove and everything set up. That way, you know, it's under cover. Yeah. In case, you know,
that's what I use. That's what I use the screened area for my tent. You know, for my cooking. That's why I keep them separate. Never in case of a fire or something. You know, the screen house was $40. If that burns down, I'm not out anything. The tent costs a little more.
Right. But you know, that's what I wound up doing is I'll get everything set up for cooking outside. Well, it ain't 1:30.
Yeah, it is. It's 1:40.
Oh well.
It's 2:41 here.
She's awake.
Oh, let me guess. She's one that's a night owl and sleeps half the day.
No. I just was feeling tired. I wanted a nap, so I said, "Get out of here."
Yep. But, so I did.
I know. I have no problem with it. But I'm
going.
House, so.
Yeah, she gotta go drop her stuff off to work.
And then I got stuff to do.
Yep.
So behave.
No.
If it's possible.
No, it's not possible.
Hey, Chrisley, you're supposed to pull his nose too.
No.
No.
Of course, it's big enough. I'm sure you can find it.
But
hey, did you see that video I sent you a link to? That guy that ran that Ford car, Maverick on a carburetor from a lawnmower.
Yeah.
That's that's cool.
Yeah. Well, did you see the guy that took a what was it? The Chevy Camaro, took the carburetor off of it and used the toilet.
For what?
Instead of a carburetor, he had a toilet hooked up to it.
Didn't see that one.
Yeah. It's a red green show.
No.
It's that crazy guy out of Canada that everything's is able to get fixed with duct tape.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But no, like I said, as far as camping and stuff like that, yeah, I mean, I love going camping. I haven't done it in a while. That's why right now I'm trying to decide if I want to, since I've got the receiver hitch and everything put on the trike, when TRF comes around, I'm trying to decide if I want a cargo style trailer to be able to put all my camping gear in that I've got now, or which I mean I picked those up for $500-600. Okay.
You know what I'd buy? They make a camper that looks like a canoe for the back end of a small car. Looks like a canoe, but it's like a carry-all for the top of a car.
Right.
You buy one of those for like $250, and they'll haul everything you would ever put in there.
Right. Well, I mean, like I said, I know right now if I wanted to, I could be on the bike and go get my receiver hitch and everything put on there, make sure I got the wiring. I go down right now to the bike shop I normally deal with. They've got one of those little cargo trailers down there for like $500. It's either $500 or $550. I'd be able to hook up, walk in there with the cash and everything, and hook it up to the bike, bring it home.
Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. But see now, there's also one I've been looking at. It's an actual camping trailer. You pull behind a motorcycle. They'll fold out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like them. There's only one problem. About $6,500.
Yeah, ain't that stupid?
Yeah, but the thing about it is, you've got a queen size bed inside of it. You've got a sitting area, and then you've got um, kind of like a little entrance area also. But I mean, you get a table with a chair where you actually sit down.
Oh yeah, there's a guy on YouTube that I contacted him and he told me, and he's going to send me the plans. But he designed a trailer to haul behind a bicycle that pops out, and it's cool. I like that, and he actually traveled all of Ohio and Kentucky with it on a bike.
I've seen a video out there. Yep, there's videos out there of them.
And that guy, he would camp out in people's yards. He would just go up, knock at the door, tell him who he was, what he was doing. Here, I'll give you $20. Let me camp out in your yard or something. You know how many people said that? Most of them just said, we don't want any money. They just thought it was cool that the guy was doing that, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he even made an area where to go to bathroom. He made it where he crap in a 5-gallon bucket, you know, do what you got to do.
But with that camping trailer and everything, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they said they've got, I think, 15 square feet of storage. Hey, Bryce. But, yeah, I mean, not only have you got inside the trailer storage, but some of them actually have a rack and everything on top. You can put more stuff on.
Yep. But the reason why I got that tent, I got for free actually, because I bought a tent last year and they guaranteed it would withstand winter camping. It was designed to be used in the winter.
Right.
And I talked to the company. I said, I'm going to challenge that. And they said, what? I said, it's too flimsy. It won't hold up the snow in it. Yes, it will. I said, okay. So they agreed to let me do it. I set up in my backyard and let it sit out there all winter, set up. Put an air mattress in there. If we had a nice day in the winter, I'd go out and lay in it. It didn't make it the winter.
Yep.
First 18-inch wet snowstorm we had, it was flat.
Yep.
Broke the poles.
What were they? Fiberglass?
Yep.
Yeah. Those things, up like this, you would not believe how many of those, like when I go down to TRF, by the time I leave on Sunday night, you would not believe how many of those I'll actually see sitting in a dumpster somewhere because the poles got broke.
The actual tent itself held up fine, but the poles broke.
Yeah, it's the poles that give out. Yeah. Because you got the fiberglass.
And you can buy replacement poles. You can buy new poles.
Oh, yeah.
But they sent me a new tent. They kept their word. I sent a picture of it every day to the company, and they said, see, it's holding up great. We had a 90-inch snowstorm, and it didn't even phase it. It just fell right off. But then when we got the freezing rain and snow mix, well, that is just a little bit more than it can handle. Yep. But it's like my timer I changed on my washing machine. My washing machine's 15 years old now. And when I bought it, the guy, I don't normally buy the extended warranties because they're usually a waste of money.
Right.
But this one, yep. Well, this one had a lifetime guarantee if you paid the extra, like $250 extra for a free replacement timer. Lifetime guarantee on the timer, digital timer, lifetime guarantee on the motor, the shocks. But it didn't cover the belt, any rusted out drums, and it covered the door seal. Said, okay, that's the third timer. And it says so it's already paid for. I mean, all you have to do is take a picture of it, take it up to Lowe's. Here's my error code. When it has error code, means the timer's shit the bed.
Yep.
And last year they said they ain't making that model anymore, so that's the last timer. Well, you might want to read the fine print because it says right there in the fine print that if they can't replace any part of it, they have to give me a new machine.
What did they say?
Found me. they found me a timer quick.
Yeah, they didn't want to pay all that extra for a new machine.
Well, the timer cost $580.
Damn.
A new machine's over $1,500 though. But it's amazing how they found me a timer.
Yeah, especially when
Of
you
course.
pointed out to find that little fine print and everything on there. Yeah.
But you know what's funny? The dryer's got the same warranty, and that timer's mechanical. I mean, sort of. I mean, you hit it and it just lights up an area. That one there's never failed, but that's got a lifetime guarantee too. And that guy and that one is totally discontinued. That timer. The guy at Lowe's found 2 of them. He just said, "Take them,
Just in case.
just in case."
I'm
Yep,
doing
I'm the
okay,
only one in
Bryce.
the area
Thank
that's
you.
got one.
Yep.
So they gave me 2 timers, and I found 2 brand new timers for my washing machine on eBay, and plugged them in, made sure they worked, took them back out, and because I mean, literally, you just got to take it's a pain. You got to take the whole cover off, and just take one screw out, the timer comes right out. If I thought about drilling one hole in the top of the thing, because if I drill one hole in it, right where the screw is, I can unscrew it, pull it out the front, pull the plug, push it back in. That's how simple it is to change.
Damn.
But yeah, otherwise you have to take the whole cover off. But I'm about ready to. The cover's still off. I'm running a load in it just to make sure it's working. But I think I'm gonna do that. Drill a hole and buy one of those like body plugs like they use for when they Z-bar or anything. Just
Right.
buy one, paint it white. There you go. There's the hole. Just take a hole saw, go straight down. Nice. Put an inch hole in there. Put a plug in it. There you go. Because literally, it's that easy to change the timer. Once the cover's off, taking nut driver, get a magnetic nut driver, go down there, unscrew it. The timer comes out. One screw.
Damn. That'd be the easy way.
I might just drill a damn hole.
Well, it's your machine.
I
You
don't-
do with it what you want.
You know how many holes, how many screws it takes to take the cover off?
Too damn many.
Yeah. Then you got to disconnect the water, the drain, everything. Takes about 2 hours. Pull it out, take all the screws out. Then another 2 hours, put it back together.
Mhm.
I'm seriously thinking about drilling a hole at the top, so I just unscrew it. It ain't gonna avoid the warranty
Nope. Because the warranty doesn't cover the cabinet on it.
Nope. Actually, it does. It's got a lifetime guarantee against rusting out.
Yeah, but drilling a hole in it isn't rust.
Nope. But it ain't gonna hurt anyways because it's never. It's not, my basement's dry and plus it's on a concrete pad by itself.
That'll
But yeah,
work.
I poured a concrete pad when I first bought it and raised off the ground 6 inches because I've had water in my basement when we've had heavy rains just to be safe. And then when I did that, I haven't had any rain to flood my basement. So hey, maybe I stopped the rain. I don't know, but that's why I keep that washing machine. Like, hey, I hope they got it. I use up every timer I got, and it blows up. And they have to give me a new one.
Yep.
They have to give me one comparable to what I have.
Mate,
Bryce,
what's
if
the
you're
red print
talking
behind your head?
Yeah, if he's talking about that, that's actually a
Toolbox, isn't it?
no. It's a like a little tour pack that goes on the back of a motorcycle.
Ah,
Yeah.
then I was wrong.
Someone offered me $100 for my General Lee over there, Maynard. I'm waiting for him to send the money.
We talking about this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little, like I said, it's a little tour pack
Hey.
that you mount to a back of a motorcycle.
Or
And he tried
scooter,
to knock
moped.
himself out with it.
Do what?
Scooter, moped.
Yeah. I mean, I picked it up years ago.
Hell, I had something like that on a bicycle once.
Yeah. You can probably put it on a bicycle.
Bike rack.
Yeah. All you need is a rack and everything back there, and you mount it on there. Because I've got the mounting bracket. I mean, I've got the hardware and everything. Even got the bracket to go with it on the inside.
Here's one Luna would like. I found that in my father's hoard. 1914.
Huh.
They still The Adventures of Jerry Muskrat, and they still publish the same book, but that's a first edition, 1914.
Damn.
It's amazing what you collect in a lifetime, ain't it?
Yep.
Yes, Tommy, we called them a back box.
I had one on my bike. I had when I was a kid it was called a Veta box. It was similar to that, only it was small and fiberglass and had a lock on it.
Oh, this one's got a lock. I mean, I've got the keys for it.
I love that box. I love that box. It's called a Veta box. It had no lining in it, so I could take a bag of ice, put a half a bag of ice inside the Veta box, fill it with beer, pop, whatever, when I was in my early 20s, and ride down the road. Hey, you want a beer? Reach it. I'd leave it unlocked, reach out back there, grab a beer, and start drinking beer. Oh, a cop's coming up. Put it back in the box. Oh, no problem.
Yeah.
But
I know some people over here, if they've got like those type of bikes.
But I actually got caught. I got caught by a cop. I got caught with a beer in my hand riding my bike down the road, and the cop stopped me, laughing his ass off. Well, I can't give you a DWI. He says, I could give you a BWI. He was laughing about it. I wasn't weaving or anything. He says, I'll tell you what, I'll let you go if you give me one of those beers. Here you go, buddy. Have a beer.
Brian, no, I don't have the only thing I've got boating wise is I've got the oil that you mix with the 2-stroke. And that's something I found in here that my dad picked up years ago. I think I got about 6 or 7 cans of it.
I got a trolling motor that my father made out of a General Electric GM starter, not General Electric, a General Motors starter.
I mean, I've got this can. It's a can of Texaco outboard motor oil, and this is a steel can.
A metal can?
Metal can, yes.
Oh, you should put that. You should sell that. That's probably worth some money.
I mean, like I said, yeah.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah, like I said,
cool.
I've got this. Now I'll tell you something else. I wish it had started leaking. Here's something you don't see all the time.
What's
no.
That?
Oil can.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the way oil used to be that way. I remember many days trying to. I remember one time my dad oil didn't have my spout with me, taking a screwdriver and poking 2 holes in the end and dumping it through a funnel that way, because otherwise.
Yeah, but you see who it's from?
Can't read it.
Walmart.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's an old can.
And it's never been opened, but because it's so old and everything, it's literally been leaking through the side.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust it anyways. That's something you need to just poke a hole into, drain the oil out of it, keep the can for a souvenir.
Yeah, but I'm trying to keep it where it's not open. That way it stays the same.
Yeah, but eventually it's just going to leak all out over everything.
Yeah, that I do know, but nothing I can do about that.
Well, if I were you, I'd either drain the oil out. If you don't want to do that, put it in an old coffee can, like a Folgers plastic coffee can. If it does leak, it'll have something to leak into instead of all over your shop.
Well, right now I've got it in a spot where I don't have to worry about it. I mean, like right now I've got this can. It's a can of Wynn's Spitfire gas treatment. Been sitting out here in the garage for I don't know how long.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you remember it, but when leaded gas first became outlawed, they made a lead substitute called real lead.
Yep.
And I got 2 or 3 cans of that's unopened that I had from my old Cub Cadet tractor back in the day, and there's guys out there that would pay me a small fortune for that.
All right, well here you go, Briggs. There's something you'll like to see. Make myself big here, that way you can see it. Like I said, this is stuff that I found out here in the garage.
Hastings
wear reduced.
wear reducer. That's an old shit. That's from the 60s, at least.
That's a steel can. Never.
That's
been
what I mean. That's from the 60s.
Okay. Now, something else you don't.
That's like STP. Yep. That other stuff is a generic version of that.
Yeah, but
yep.
It's in a cardboard container. I got 3 of them. I
would use that. I would use that.
I know, but I mean, it's never been open. I mean, it's still.
You know, it's funny though. You can laugh all you want. People say don't use that; it's bad for your engine. But if you got a car or truck with 300, 400,000 miles, it burns oil like a. No
so
offense,
when did they go from cardboard to can then?
Believe it or not, the 90s, early 90s. The reason why they did it is because too many of the cans were getting crushed. Believe it or not, they crushed too easy. I mean, if Maynard broke the tab off that, which happened quite frequently, you could literally go like this with your bare hands and smush it, even when they were brand new.
Yeah. That's the main reason they went away from the cardboard because cardboard cans is what they had from what original.
No, they went from metal to cardboard because the environmentalists were saying too much steel was being used for them, and that was back in the 70s when steel prices were skyrocketing. They went to cardboard. But trouble is, I worked at a parts store for one summer. You know how many cans I had to clean up from the floor? They spent more kitty litter than the case. Finally, I worked for a place called National Auto. They said, we're not selling STP oil treatment anymore because the cans come in broken. And we'd spend $30 on a case of 48 back then. They were a big case. And another $10 minimum in kitty litter cleaning up the shit because you don't just mop that up or pick it up with paper towels. It's like glue.
But yeah, I mean, and like I said, they went from the cardboard containers to plastic, which is what you see now because you can sit there and drop a plastic oil can. I don't even have any that's empty. But yeah, you can sit there and drop one of them, and they're not going to bust open. You take that can, that transmission can that's in cardboard. You sit there and drop it.
You mean one of these?
Yeah. Yeah. You can take a cardboard can from about 4.5, 5 feet in the air, drop it. It's going to bust open on the ground.
Yeah, but most people don't do that.
What's a Molly hatchet?
Molly hatchet?
Yeah, I'm just reading Brace's comment.
Right. Molly hatchet is a southern rock group.
Uh-huh.
Their number 1 song is Flirting with Disaster. It's a good song. But they were.
I thought it had to do with something else, but there you go.
Yeah. But no, they were popular back in the 70s.
It's like
I'm
right now.
Listening to 70s at the moment.
You want to look up a good song, Luna? We got to play it. Everybody across the country's got to play it on election day. It's 1972. The Who. We won't be fooled again.
Oh yeah.
I tip my hat to the new Constitution. Oh yeah, that's it. We won't be fooled again.
You know what?
Oh,
We've actually got a coin with the Who on it.
Yep.
Oh really?
Same
they
with
were a good
Elton
group.
John,
that was.
Queen.
I'm sure Maynard knows the song I'm talking about We Won't
yeah.
Be Fooled Again by The Who. That was a damn good song back in the day. I'm gonna be playing that all day on election day, buddy, because that song says it all, because we ain't gonna be fooled again.
All right, talking about coins. All right, Lorna, want to let you know I got a phone call from Money yesterday talking about my Queen's Beast. Good news, bad news.
They lost them.
No, they didn't lose them.
Oh, okay.
They're through being graded.
Uh,
The bad news is the grades they got. 6 different grades.
Wow.
One of them, Money was going, what the? Why did he get that low of a grade? Okay. He said these should have come back as either an MS69 or MS70.
So if you keep hearing popping, it's my fly killer.
All right. But I'll play like this. Only 2 coins came back MS69.
Sounds like a biker. Sounds like a biker group.
No. I'll play like this. 1 coin, and this is what Money and I can't believe. One of them came back MS61.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, and these were new mint, uncirculated, encapsulated from the Royal Mint. So there is something that is wrong with them why they did not get such a high mint grade. So
that is weird.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're talking, I had a 61, MS65, MS67, and MS69.
So basically your price has just got down a hell of a lot.
Well, Money was saying, speculation around 6,000. Now I'm looking at about 3,500.
Yep. And how much did you pay?
I've got just over 1,900. So, I mean, as of right now, I'm still,
still in it.
Right. I could still make money on them. But the fact is that they were supposed to have had a higher grade on them. And that's what, it's like, okay, fine. Because he looked at him, he couldn't find anything wrong with them as far as what would have them as that low of a grade. So he and I are going to, we're going to be getting together, and he's actually going to open the package up, and he's going to put them under his scope and everything and examine them to find out what happened, why they have such a low grade. See what he might
that sounds low to me too.
Right. Now, I do have one other option, and we're going, he and I are going to be discussing that afterwards. But for an additional $200, I can send them back for a second look. But that's going to be an additional $200 back to a PCTF, and then we're still talking a month and a half to 2 months before they'd even come back.
If they found it the first time around, I wouldn't send them back, but that's just me.
Right. Well, it depends. Right. Well, like I said, that's why when Money gets them in, he's going to actually open the package itself up. Because, what he was going to do is once it came in, he was just going to take it, leave it closed, put it in a different box with the display case that came in, and send that all to me. But because of all this is going on, he's going to open it up and he's going to examine the ones and find out why it got such a low grade. I mean, the only thing he said he could think of is that it doesn't have a high enough of a strike from the mint in certain areas on that coin.
Sounds right.
And he doesn't understand me because these were uncirculated straight from the Royal Mint. Never, been touched really by anybody because that's what they're designed for. That's what these are not meant for circulation.
Mm-hmm.
So the way
That's
they
crazy.
do, so the way they do an uncirculated coin is totally different than one that goes out for general population. So yeah, he's scratching his head trying to figure out what the hell happened there.
Sometimes that stuff, you try and figure it out. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and Bryce, I mean, that's a lot of money that I did wind up spending for it, but you also got to consider the fact that when buying it and the money I've got invested in that set, it's supposed to be up here. Now we're talking about being down here as far as what the value is. Because I mean,
Yeah.
I'm here as far as what I spent. It's supposed to be up here, and now it's down here.
It was just the luck of the draw, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, but like I said, now one thing he did say is that he could keep that one coin, just instead of sending them all out. Like I said, this is stuff that we got to discuss later once they come into him. It is possible that he can find one that's got a little bit higher grade mark than the one that I've got, and he'd basically do an even swap. Say he can find one that's got MS65 instead of MS61. And everything.
Well, he has connections, so somewhere.
Right, because then that would actually raise the value, but not by much.
No.
No, Bryce. It's like I said, it's an investment. I mean, it's like going to a stockbroker and buying. You're buying so many stocks, say, into Coca-Cola. Okay, you're buying them at say $5 a share, and you're expecting them to go up to say $8 or $9 a share.
Well, everything like that's investment. It's like don't I tell people though when it comes to like cars are a bad investment. The people buy these cars like my Audi, for instance. That car's getting rarer and rarer. But I'm gonna drive it. I didn't buy it to look at it. You know what I mean? Right. People, they say you shouldn't drive it, but it's like okay, but I bought it because I wanted the car. It's like you and your Gremlin or whatever you wanted. If you bought one, I doubt very much you'd let it sit there and collect dust.
No, I'd be driving it because
it's like
a car to drive.
Yeah, it's like I knew a guy that lived a couple blocks from me when I was a kid. He had a 55 Chevy Bel Air convertible. He had a 55 Chevy Nomad, the wagon, right?
Right.
And he had them. He bought them both brand new. Kept them in immaculate condition. Kept them painted when they needed paint. They were unrestored, original as far as they never. When they needed a motor rebuild, he'd rebuild the motor. When they needed a tranny, he'd fix it. He kept them. In other words, he kept the maintenance up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But from I'd say about 78 until the day he died, he may have pulled them out 3 times in those. And he died last year. He pulled them out maybe 3 times since 78. The cars are and when he died, his wife didn't want them. She didn't know nothing about them. I mean, she knew what they were, but she didn't know how to maintain them. She gave them to her son. It took his son almost a year to get the bugs worked out. And they actually ran, but they ran terrible because they had sat so much. And they actually they actually when he went to have them looked at, they found out they weren't worth as much as they should be because of the fact they had so many. Like he had to rebuild the motor and tranny on one of them because they had so much moisture from sitting that they literally had rust inside the oil pan. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he had to replace the oil pan. The oil pan was ready to rust out. He had to rebuild the motor and tranny on it. And you know what he said afterwards? He got it. He's been driving the living dog snout out of it. He says, I'm not going to sell it because my father loved this car, but because it's worth more to me because of sentimental reasons. He said, but what am I, why let it sit?
Yeah. Well, to me, I don't see the value on them going down just because you rebuilt, now if he's got the original motor, original transmission in it, that's not going to devalue it just because you rebuilt it.
No. What hurts the value is not having the original motor. But like I told him, I said, if you're really worried about it, here, you could do something. It's not so much that it's got a lot of miles on it that's going to hurt it. All the appraiser said is the fact is if it still runs.
Right.
I mean, the motor has never been bored. All they had to do was put new rings in it. I mean, so they didn't do a bore, and all they did was put new rings in it and recondition and new bearings and stuff. So They did a freshen up on it more than anything.
Yeah.
He said, and the only thing he did to it, he took off the original carburetor, took it apart, cleaned it all up, drained it, put it back on the shelf, put a fuel injection kit on it. He wanted reliability. And you ain't gonna tell me fuel injection is not better than carburetor, because it is.
Well, some of them are, some of them aren't.
I'm talking on the whole, fuel injection is more reliable.
On the whole, yeah, fuel injection is better. I mean, they both have their advantages. They both have their disadvantages.
To me, the best fuel injection out there as far as reliability in that is throttle body fuel injection because it's simple. You turn the key, you go. You got either 1 to 4 injectors into basically a hollow carburetor.
Now,
and they're simple.
Okay, here's a question: are you talking about a mechanical fuel injection, or are you talking electrical fuel injection?
I'm talking either one, mechanical or electrical. But I mean, I've got both. My Volkswagen that I have outside, the Cabriolet I have, that's what a Bosch mechanical fuel injection.
Yep.
It's got a vacuum pump.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you right now, that vacuum fuel mechanical fuel injection, when it works, is okay. But when it don't, it's a freaking nightmare.
Yeah. Now, to me, I would prefer a mechanical style fuel injection over
that is mechanical.
Right. I'm saying I prefer mechanical over electrical because electrical one, you got to have the computer and everything, all the different sensors. And if you've got one sensor that goes out and the computer gets fried, you're screwed, no matter what.
Oh yeah, but I hate to tell you something that's got a computer in it, but the computer is basically power to the injectors and power off. That's it. It's basically a giant solenoid, if you want the truth of the matter.
Yeah, but when I'm saying mechanical, I'm talking about there's no electrical in it at all.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but they're a pain to work on. They really are. A throttle body fuel injection, unless you have a computer that got wet, they're pretty damn reliable.
True, they are. But like I said,
I would take a throttle.
Right, but
there are exceptions.
Advantages to both and disadvantages to both.
Oh yeah, as far as driving them, as far as starting carburetor. You and I both know, especially like where I live, like where you live, carburetors love the warm weather. They're great in warm weather. But you take where I live in here, if you start a car, when I had my old '86 Chevy before I made it into a hot rod when it had the original 350 in it, you go out there, hit the accelerator twice, once to fill the bowl full of gas and once to shut the choke, basically. You start it. They run on high idle for about 5 or 10 minutes. when it's like negative out, then you tap the accelerator. If you tap the accelerator too fast, that choke will close, flood out the motor, and the only way to get that thing starts to take the air filter off and shove a screwdriver down or a wrench down the mouth of that carburetor and crank with your foot all the way to the accelerator. And then when it starts, it blows smoke for about 20 minutes. But you can't just start it and go with a carburetor engine. I don't care how well it's tuned. When it's cold, you got to let it warm up.
True.
But with and that's one reason why I hate them, because in the wintertime, like me, the way gas is, I used to use my remote starter all the time. I haven't used it on my Impala since gas hit that. I can't, I like to start that car and warm it up or cool it down.
Yep.
But I ain't going to now. If it's a real hot day, I'm going to start it. Don't let it cool down for a minute, just for the fact I don't want to get into an oven. But as far as doing it for I used to start the car, go walk Maggie, and come back out 20 minutes later. And it might cost me 2 or 3 gallons a week. I'm not going to do that now. I'll start it and let it warm up for maybe 2 minutes and go out or cool down for 2 minutes.
Yep. Well, see, now, like on both of my bikes that I've got, they're both fuel injection. Now, on something like that, yeah, it's perfect for something like that. Matter of fact, I was having problems with the trike and everything, running rich and, going through a lot of gas. Well, I found out that the rear injector was going bad. So I went and ordered a couple of them off of eBay and everything, and I got them in about 4 or 5 days. And last Saturday, I got out there. It took me about 45 minutes. I got both of them swapped out, and never done anything like that on a bike.
See, These are the torches. This is one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Now, tell me that wouldn't look gorgeous, all polished up. And this works on the same principle as your Coleman.
Yep.
Tell me that wouldn't look gorgeous, all fired up, all polished up on a shelf.
Oh, yeah, it would.
This is called a British Monitor.
Yeah.
And I only know where it's made. Might be made in Britain.
Could be.
It looks like one of our old ones.
Yeah.
It says British Monitor on it. I don't know. You can't, it's hard to see, but British Monitor.
One might like to have something like that to stay warm right now.
Oh no, Lorna's in pain.
Oh.
But there's the same type of plunger. There's in a Coleman. Maggie, it's not.
Maggie,
no, they can't use
it's
this.
not for you to eat, darling.
I'm sure there's no. It smells like varnish.
Probably.
But I'm sure I could buy a plunger for that, and I'm actually gonna take this. And I'm gonna see if I can. And from what from what I've seen to make them start, you got to pump the crap out of them just like that, just like you would.
Yeah,
Screw that
and it
down.
comes out the event.
Does it have a hole in the top of that plunger?
No.
There's no hole in the top of it, right in the middle of it?
Nope. It's solid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that for the Colemans, they actually do have a hole in the top. You actually have to keep your thumb over that because that's what helps build up pressure.
Yeah. Well, but this is where the vent is for that. It's on the cap. So you crack it like this. But I'm actually going to try and clean this up and like this. I want to see what this works.
Well, I put some oil on that plunger because that leather cap probably dried out. Just get you some.
I'm not going to stand anywhere near Mr. Briggs when he tries to like that.
Oh, I wouldn't want to either.
Why is that?
There's going to be an explosion.
No. If you want truth to marinate, the plunger shot. It's cracking.
Well, I mean, like I said, you could probably get one of the Coleman ones.
Yeah,
and you can get those pretty cheap.
It ain't gonna explode.
I'm gonna get some of them. I've got to get some of those and a few other things for these stoves. and everything. I mean, this one I've got sitting up on top. Now that one there, I'm not getting rid of. That's one that I'm going to get fixed. You know, I've got to locate all the correct parts and everything. That one
Was
will
that
get.
a cooking stove?
Yeah.
Right?
But that one there, they only made it for 3 years.
Nah, this ain't gonna explode.
They might. You never know.
I'm gonna light it with a torch, a real
Oh my
modern torch.
God. Please do not try this at home.
Yeah.
No, you actually have to heat this up. This part up. They actually heated it. That's why this is black. They heat these up over like a wood stove before and then fill them and then light them.
Mm.
But yeah, see how cracked and dried that is? That ain't actually, that's like junk, that tip.
Yeah.
It ain't to eat, dog. Go on, Maggie. No. It ain't to eat. Get your butt away. But yeah, it's all cracked and dry, rotted. It's missing pieces. So, but I'm actually got to see if that'll light.
Well, I'd like to see you do it.
I mean, I wouldn't use it all the time, but I think it'd be cool. British Monitor. Let's see if I can read this. Made 1926, it says on it.
Mm.
But I got about 50 of these.
Wow.
They ran on gas.
It's probably like a kerosene or something like that.
No,
Mm.
gasoline.
A gasoline?
Yes,
All right.
sir. Look up British Monitor. Made in 1926. It's engraved, but you can't. The engraving's half worn off. 1926. Monitor. British Monitor. Can't read it. But I think that'd be badass if I could get that to light. Then here's the fill cap.
Hi, Tyler.
That's a big hole.
Mm.
Dust and all coming out. No little vent. See, that's the vent in the cap.
Let's see what's
Right in the
I'm
center.
looking at it right now.
You probably could, Bryce. You probably could use it on a boat.
British Monitor.
Mm.
Yeah. It says paraffin brass blowtorch.
I don't know if I don't know. They stopped making these, Bryce, because they were considered dangerous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, here's one I'm seeing. Basically, it's you're gonna pay more for shipping on that. Of course, right now it's across the pond. So I mean, right now you'd be looking at about $75 for it if you wanted to buy it.
For one like this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does it look like this?
Yeah.
Huh.
Looks just like it. Vintage British Monitor paraffin brass blowtorch, number 27.
It says made 1926, and I wish I could read the patent. It's engraved. Maggie, this is not to eat. No, it's not to eat.
Oh, but Dad, I'm gonna give it a damn good try.
What do you want?
Hi,
I
David.
can't sit down without you trying to kiss me.
What's up, David?
I know.
Hey, fish.
Do you mind? No, you. What? Okay, I'll pet you. Damn.
See, but Dad, I want to be on camera. Let me be on camera so I can look so cute and innocent.
She's not cute. She's not innocent. She's like a damn.
That's what I mean.
Look at it. She maws at you like a damn nympho. Sorry, you are the wrong species. Get away from me. Damn. See, Cajun says I enticed her. I don't. If you notice, I am pushing her away. See, I push her away, and then she comes right back. I am not.
All animals want attention. It don't matter what you're doing, they always want attention.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you're sitting on the toilet.
Especially, well, it depends upon also if you let them roll around in their ball.
Okay, come on, stop.
He's asleep.
Yeah.
Get away from me. Dang.
Right.
I love my dog, but she could be annoying as hell. I can't wait till she outgrows it.
Mr. Briggs got his headphones on. Is it against the law in your countries to drive while wearing a headset? Can you answer your call, your phone, or do messaging or anything?
Yes, I could get on there. I could get on there if play Maynard's Workshop. It'll play. It'll just come right up and start playing. Just hit that button.
From yesterday, it's against the law over here. Really? You will have to pay $1,000 if you get caught. You got to pay £1,000 in money, and you get.
I saw that, but it's not. It's only if it covers. It only if it covers both years. This don't cover both years. This is not illegal in UK. As long as you have 1 year open.
No, it is now. They've changed the law.
Really?
Any headset you are wearing and you are caught using your mobile phone any way whatsoever, voice texting, listening to YouTube on it, doing anything like that on your phones.
You know what I would do? I'd get an earbug.
That's 6 points.
Wow.
I'd get an earbug. And put it in my opposite ear from what they couldn't tell if you had an earbug in or not.
Toughen up the laws now.
So what do they do on like a motorcycle helmet? Because I do know that for me.
Yeah, me and Chris were saying that the other day, like.
Because I mean, like my helmet, okay, when Chris and I are out there on the bike and everything, we've got the communication headset and everything. So I've got speakers right here, and I've got the microphone. Yeah. And it's plugged in on the bike. Now I'm listening to radio, but she and I are talking to each other.
Oh, yeah, my brother-in-law's got the Bluetooth.
If you're learning to drive a motorbike over here in the UK, the instructions got headsets on.
Right.
There's the helmets.
They got
so I don't know how they're
going
to get away with that.
Yep. See now, if I wanted to, I could get a headset that's Bluetooth and everything. And the thing about it is, if we're out riding in a group and some other people have got the same kind, all of us, we could be communicating to each other. And if we want to, we could be going down the road. It's like, oh, answer a phone call on the headset.
It's just the new law stuff's being kicked in the UK.
Well, it's like Mark. I didn't see it. I was looking for it, but Mark said, Nancy just put through the Senate about trying to ban abolish the First Amendment, freedom of speech here.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't see it, but I'll tell you, I hope that if they do it, you're gonna say I said it on Mark's stream. I'll do it. I'm gonna put it on the side of my truck. I've got freedom of speech. F Nancy Pelosi, and I'll paint it on my truck with latex paint, big letters.
You know what, Briggs? I wouldn't want to touch that old bag with a 10-foot pole and a dozen condoms on it.
Well, is that so?
I don't mean literally, Maynard. I'm talking figuratively.
I was going to say she's someone from your government or something.
Yeah. I mean, believe me, if I put a gun to your head, told you had to bang my dog, you'd probably do my dog before you do Nancy.
In a heartbeat, yeah. I mean, Lorna, look up a picture.
That's just a hard thought.
No,
get that image out of your head. Lorna, get that image out of your head.
Like this. If you do a search for Nancy Pelosi, Look for the picture of her. You'll understand why.
No,
Oh my
I
God,
think
she looks like. You know what Nancy
know the
Pelosi
name.
reminds me of? You know what Nancy Pelosi reminds me of? Seriously, she looks like Skeletor from He-Man that they just put leather on to make it look like she's got a face.
Oh, hey,
Her
up like this to me.
her,
She can look. She can take a look at whole milk and make it go curdle.
I mean, but seriously though, I mean, I'm not trying, and I'm being realistic. Nancy Pelosi looks like she's on her way out as far as health wise. Her every year, her eyes are sinking into her head. Her face is real. It looks like. I mean, she looks like she's got AIDS or meth or on a meth or something. Some of the statements she makes, she acts like she's on meth.
Yeah, because the way she acts and talks and everything, and I'm going, damn, what the hell is she putting in that crack pipe of hers?
Yeah, I mean, because you know something, there's people like me. I mean, it's like right now, even every race, ethnic group in the United States will fight against that. Taking away our freedom of speech.
Yeah, you cannot. To me, you cannot get rid of you cannot get rid of that part of the Constitution. You can't get rid of any part of the Constitution. They should not even be discussing that at all.
I mean, just like you can't. It's just like it's like, I've had people disagree with me. It's like it's like, for instance, when we a couple of years ago, my apartment building across the street. I own a 4-unit apartment building right across the street. I could show it to you, but and I own a 2-unit down the street, and I got more money than people realize. I've been making myself financially independent since I was a kid. I could retire today if I wanted to, but I would go insane. I mean, come on. Unless I'm driving a truck. Have you ever seen me sit still?
No.
You can't sit still, Rex. You cannot sit still.
No, you can't. Nope.
Could you imagine me retired? I would be going insane. I'd get up in the morning until I'm bored. I'd get up, get in my car, drive down and knock on Maynard's door. Hey, Maynard. He'd be like, what the hell? You were just on my live stream on Monday night. It's Wednesday. Yeah, I was bored. Yeah, I mean, seriously, I would do. Yeah, I would do something like that. Or if I mean, I'd be like Mark from Mark, and he'd be. I mean, come on. If Mark could drive a car, but he couldn't drive a truck, I bet you $20 he'd probably be down there beating on your door and then go and get in the lift from Brandon.
Probably.
I mean, I'd go insane retired. I mean, when I retire, it's good because I'm gonna have a bad week at work, and I'm gonna have to. I mean, both my apartments. So the 4-unit is bought and paid for. I bought that when I was 18. That's bought and paid for 20 years ago. The 2-unit's got like 8 years left. And when that's paid for, I'll be 62. And I'm seriously thinking of throwing in the towel when that's paid for and just say, the hell with it. But believe me, when I do, you're going to see me have a hobby like you wouldn't believe.
So how big a cruise ship are you going to buy?
I ain't buying a cruise ship.
Hell, I would. If I was able to retire, I'd be buying me a nice size ship and everything, get it all stocked with enough personnel on it to run it, and say, okay, let's go out to the Bahamas this week.
I'm not into. Hey, David Carlisle. No, here, I'll show you. Right here. And people say I'm crazy to have an apartment house on my. Why? You know how many tenants have tried to move out in the middle of the night? Mr. Briggs caught them. Why are you moving out? Oh, you owe me back rent. Well, and see, in the United States, I can stop them from moving out. Look at that. Look at that. A friggin' mosquito.
Damn. You can have them up there. I don't want them down here. They get bad during the summer.
Oh, yeah. But see, there's my front door. Let's see. Boom. If it ever pops up. That's my 4-unit, 2 on each side. And you look there, there's my 2-unit, up and down.
Yep.
And you see that yellow house?
Yeah.
I own that. I own that yellow house and the white house on the other side. That's a 2-unit, up and down. So there's 1 apartment, 2 there's a single family house, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 apartments. The one's a single family home. Okay. Now to give you a little idea on math, the bottom right's owned by is an old lady's been in there for 27 years. Same old lady. She moved in when she was 68. She's almost 90 now. I give her a discount, but she pays $900. The guy above pays $1,700. Guy in the top right pays $2,800. The guy in the bottom left pays $2,800 because they're all different style bedrooms. The house is rented out for $4,200 a month. The 2-unit down the street, they're both the same, so they're $1,500 a month. And that bottom apartment is $1,800, and the top apartment is $2,800.
Wow.
And they pay their own utilities. So, and that 4 units paid for.
Damn.
So as you can see, my pocketbook ain't thin.
Yeah.
The property taxes on that 4 unit is about $3,800 a year. And all the other ones average between $2,500 and $2,600. This house is only $1,500 a year.
Damn.
So, and you know what I do with that money? You know what I do? I sold one apartment house to pay for my father's open heart surgery, lung transplant, last year. And I sold that for $275,000. And these other houses I won't sell. The one I sold last year is my first apartment house, and that was downtown. I won't sell these because I can open up my front door and see what my tenants are doing, Right. And I got good tenants. They all paid me, like except for the one woman last year. Everyone in that apartment stopped paying their rent, except for the old woman. And because she's got pride, so I said to her, "I'm gonna put you in a motel," and I told her why, and she let me, and she did it, and I took care of her cats for her because she had 2 cats. I let her cats stay there, and I drilled holes in the roof. Oh, there's a roof leak. Sorry, gotta move out. They were 3 months behind on the rent. And I had to find them an apartment. I found them in our apartment. Oh, but they forfeited. I had to forfeit their deposit, which was $1,000. But see, I look at it this way. So they forfeited their deposit, which was $1,000, and so I lost about $8,000 roughly between evicting 3 of the all of the tenants. But the reason why I did that, I probably would have lost $40,000 each in rent.
Right.
Because they could have skipped and ran.
Yep.
Now at the rent moratorium, and I did. Then I ran them back out. But after I fixed the roof, put them back in. The old lady, I let her move back in naturally, and those people came after me about 4 months later, and they took me to court, and the judge said, "Was the roof leaking?" "Yes, the ceiling caved in." "Okay. Did he find you another apartment?" "Yes." But now we have to pay rent because the new landlord wouldn't let them in without paying rent in advance.
Not your fault.
The judge said, "Did you drill a hole in the roof?" I looked at him in closed chambers. I said, "Yep. What are you going to do about it?" He laughed. He said, "There ain't a damn thing I can do about it."
Yep.
I got him out.
Yep.
I said I wasn't going to have him live there for a year and a half without paying me rent.
Yep.
I pissed some people off. I pissed some people off on the stream. They say, I ain't gonna mention names, but they said, "Well, you should let people in with pets, because they're comforting." Yeah, your dog damages your house probably. They said, hey, I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna say,
Miss Maggie, I'm telling you right now, Miss Maggie has been a pain in the ass. I walked her for 2 hours straight, gone to the store, come back 20 minutes later, there's a pile of dog crap on the floor. And guess what though? I put up with because she's getting better, but thank God I put a tarp on the floor just to keep her from ruining the floors. But this is my house.
Right.
I'm gonna protect it the best I can, like with a tarp. You think my tenant's going to do that?
Nope.
No. A lot of places here in the UK, they won't let you have animals. My landlord even had a go at me for having a hamster in a cage.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, I believe it.
Really? Yes, really.
They complained over a hamster.
Yep.
Yep.
When it says no pets, they mean no pets.
You know
No
what's funny?
goldfish, no hamsters, nothing.
You know what's funny? That old lady I was talking about, she's got 3 cats.
Yeah.
And you would think that house would reek.
Nope.
Nope.
Not
And,
not if it contained well and
Yep.
the cats are looked after well and they're like, no, you won't. No, they don't.
Those cats, they got automatic cat litter boxes, and she empties them every couple hours after they're used. And I'm gonna tell you something. That woman, everyone says I overcharge her. I charge her $800 a month. I give her a discount, and she could afford the full rent. But the reason why I don't charge her more is because, to be honest with you, she's been there 27 years, never late with the rent. Like last year, her furnace went out. I went to go buy a new one. She said, no, you won't. She hired a contractor and paid for her own furnace in central air. It's the only apartment in that building that's got central air.
Cool.
Wow.
She put in a $5,800 heating system in a $3,000 central air. She added value to my building. I mean, I charge her $200 less for that 1-bedroom apartment than what I could get out of it. But like last year, she came to me. She told me she's getting a tin ceiling put in her kitchen. She paid $5,000 to have a tin ceiling put in. She changed it. She had the floors refinished. She treats it like she owns it. And she won't do nothing unless I ask, and she has permission. Now, I hate painted woodwork. That house has all natural woodwork. It's pine, but it's still. She came to me and she said, I want to paint the woodwork. And I cringed at it, but she said, I'll use latex paint. As soon as she said that, I said, that's fine then, because I can take latex paint and just peel it right off.
Yeah.
Yep.
As long as you don't sand it. And she didn't. She went over there, she painted it, and guess what? A year later, she decided she didn't want it in one room, and I went over there and I did. I took a putty knife at the bottom, just got it loose, and I very carefully went like this with a plastic putty knife and peeled it off like nothing. But even if she had used oil paint, I probably would have let her, only because she's such a damn good tenant.
Yeah.
Mm.
And she's adding value. She's adding value to it.
Oh yeah, that heating and air conditioning system. It's so big that I could actually tap the other apartments into it. But I'm not going to, because she paid for it to heat her. Because then if it died on her, then I'd have to fix it. You know what I mean? But she does. She paid, she didn't want a hot water tank anymore because she said it costs too much. So she paid for a tankless to be put in. She's the kind of tenant that most landlords dream about.
Yeah.
But seriously, that what I say, she's old school, because most tenants aren't that good. But she's a retired school teacher. I don't feel bad about charging her that rent. You know what she says? She became a school teacher because they know they're overpaid.
Now they're all saying they're underpaid.
What's that?
So nowadays they say they're underpaid.
Well, I've argued that with some people. Like Ed disagrees that that good teachers are worth it, and I said, but okay, and I understand what Ed, he said, but I have no problem paying a good teacher. But my problem is, I gotta give you a good example. Okay, I'm sure, I don't know what they call them in England, but I know Maynard knows what I'm talking about. There's a school, what we call a school superintendent.
Yeah.
Okay. They run a school district. You have to have, I believe, a doctorate degree in New York to be a school superintendent.
I believe it's like that in all of them.
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm not. But anyways, we had an elementary school in Horsedge, New York, which is a stone throw from my house. Like, it's right next door. Matter of fact, it's on the other side of the river. So There's a school up there. It's called Garden Road Elementary School. The teacher, the principal, the school has 275 students. It's only for the upper crust of the students in the district. In other words, you have to be a really straight A student to get into this school, even though it's a public school.
Mhm.
But anyways, the principal was a regular principal. She went to summer school for 2 years and got her doctorate degree. Well, according to their union and the state code, and I'm sure it's that way in Texas too, once you get your doctorate degree, they have to pay you doctorate degree salary. Okay? Which is superintendent pay. They have 2 superintendents in the Horsehead School District, a superintendent, an assistant superintendent. But now they actually got a 3rd superintendent, but she's making instead of running an entire district, she's still running a 200 student elementary school, but getting the same pay scale as the superintendent that runs the entire district. $400,000 a year. She went from $150,000 a year salary to $400,000 a year. And guess who paid for her upgraded education? The taxpayers. But yet and we have to pay it. That is BS.
Yep.
And and guess what? To me, I went to the Board of Education on that, because even though it ain't my school district, they get county taxes, so I can go. I went and I said then she should be forced to be either resign and go and become more of the school superintendent if she's got the credentials. Why should she get paid to run a 200 district a school with 200 students in it, which she's qualified to run the entire district?
Yep.
She wouldn't do it. And her union we couldn't force her out, they said, unless she was fired. I had over 8,000 signatures to get her fired. And me and about 10, I was on the board and 8 of us finally got her fired. She didn't like that one little bit.
Yeah.
And then she ended up going to a district up north and becoming school superintendent. But now she has to work for that money.
Maker,
But
what
there's your
are
other
you
thing.
doing?
I'm just
What's
checking
that?
out this the generator on this one Coleman stove. I tried getting it started last night and it was having a little problem.
I think that's the biggest problem with that's the biggest problem with even UK, I'm sure. They need to standardize the cost of living across the board. Like there's places in this country, like everyone says New York's so expensive, but I live in the actually cheap area of New York. But like there's things in Texas, I couldn't afford to live in Texas in some spots.
Yeah. Hell,
Yeah,
California,
we got some places like that.
I mean, put it this way. Let's seriously, Mayor. I'm not trying to be funny or that, but how much do you think your house is worth, Maynard? If you were to sell it right now, how much do you think you'd get out of it?
last time, well, I just got through getting the paperwork in. If I'm not mistaken, they have it appraised for around $150,000.
Mm-hmm. And I've seen pictures of your house different here. It needs a little work.
Yeah, it does. I'm not gonna lie.
Your kitchen ceiling looks like it needs some resheet rocking.
Yeah, it does.
That looks like you had a leak there at one time. It looks like.
Actually, no. That's because that part of the kitchen, that was originally the back porch of the house.
Oh, okay.
So what they did is because the house itself was originally a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. Okay. So where the what I call the hallway door going out to the back hallway, that was actually leading outside. So that one section, like where I've got the stove at, that originally was a back porch. Okay.
But that's why. Okay, I get it.
Right. It was a back porch. But when they wound up doing all that, they didn't attach it on there correctly because about 4 years ago, I had to have the house re-leveled and everything. And the guy said, hold it, they didn't do something originally that they should have. And so they literally had to have a beam, I think it was a 4x6 beam to go from one side of the house to the other to attach
Yep.
right there and everything, because that part of the house was kind of doing that number, and they didn't
Yep.
do it. So that's why the ceiling, was like that, because the house settled enough to where it cracked all that. But now since I've got it re-leveled, I've just never have gotten in there to redo it.
Yeah, I would just go right over that. I wouldn't even tear out what's there. I'd add a
Right.
layer of 1/4 inch over the top. But my point is, but I mean, your house, you know what that house would go for around here? Seriously?
What's that?
It'd be amazing. About 25, 30 grand.
Wow.
Put it this way. My house, I bought it. It was my grandparents' house, and my grandmother died, my grandfather gave it to my aunt. My aunt sold it, and then the guy had it and then lost it to foreclosure. So it was only out of my family for maybe 5 years. But when it was out of my family, the guy, I paid $38,000 for this through foreclosure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 1,500 square foot for 38 grand. Now it's appraised at 62,000. What do you think my apartment house, the 4-unit across the street's appraised for?
Don't know.
I have no idea.
Take a guess. 4-unit. What do you think?
Appraised for?
Yep. The tax appraised, what it's appraised for there's two different, you got your appraisal and then you got your county tax bill. What do you think the real estate agent appraised that house for?
200,000.
Less than your house.
Really?
$92,000.
Damn.
Now, what do you think the stone one? Now that stone house is solid stone. That house has got interesting history. We used to have a place called the Elmira Ice House and Elmira Ice Corporation in Elmira. It's still in business, but it started at the foot of the Chemung River. They actually sawed ice out in the wintertime and stored it. That was their warehouse. That's why it's stone. And after the business moved to another place and started making it, when compressors came into being, to make ice, they moved that up here, up the street by Dolly, dug a hole, put a foundation under it, and it had a foundation originally because they built a new one. Okay,
Right.
They actually moved the foundation walls up because they're glass blocks. Okay, so that house was built in 1858 originally as a warehouse. So what do you think they got that appraised for?
75.
219,000.
Damn.
But you know how much I paid for it? $17,000 on tax foreclosure.
Damn.
And the reason why I got so cheap because the guy that owned it lived downstairs and right out the upstairs. When we lost it for tax foreclosure, he ripped out every ounce of wiring, plumbing, the heating system, and scrapped it for the money.
Damn.
No one wanted it.
Got any hot dogs?
But my point is though, what do you think that 4-unit would be worth in Texas?
Here in Texas, I'd say good $500,000.
There's my point. We need standardized cost of living. Because right now, I mean, I'm living high up.
Hey, but I guarantee you, if you had that in California, that'd be saying anywhere from $2 to $2.5 million.
Oh, it'd be worth that. Oh, no. It depends on the area of California. If that was in Los Angeles or San Francisco, it'd probably be lucky to get 200,000 out of it because of where it's at. California, now, but if I was in like Van Nuys, California, not Van Nuys, Long Beach, California, that'd be a $3 million apartment, $3 to $5 million all day long.
Probably.
A friend of mine daughter moved to California about 25 years ago. Her house could be the twin to my house that I live in now. She lives on the hills. Like, remember the TV show? I forget what it was called, but the one that had the twin daughters and they lived up on the Uncle Jesse. I forget what that TV show was called. You know, the houses that were on the row houses up in California where they depicted it. But she has a house in that neighborhood in San Francisco. Street trolley car comes right up, and her house looks like my twin. She bought it in 1994 when they moved out to California. She paid $275,000 for it. Right now, it's worth over $2 million. And it's a twin to my house. Same layout, everything. $2 million. That's what I mean. If I sold both my apartment houses, this house, and my family farm that's on the other side of the river, I would have probably just enough money if I wanted to go buy a house in California. Not that I'm that crazy.
Then you'd be broke.
Huh?
Then you'd be broke.
I wouldn't be broke, but it would literally take that much for me to do that. That's what I mean. I mean, it's just like you. It's like it's like right now. And to me, that's what I mean. We need standardized cost of living. It's like, I'm sure there's places in UK. It's like, how much, hey Luna, how much is, what do you think the chances, even if you work as a doctor, if you had a real high paying job, how much do you think could you ever possibly afford a house in UK?
Our housing has gone down really badly since what's been going on in the world. So it's actually harder to buy houses because people are not selling them.
Yep.
But
that's my point.
You've got to have a good income now to live here in the UK because of everything that's going up and up and up and up and up and up. It's just ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. In countries like UK in Europe, there's people there that have never owned a house, and they got, and Maynard's house and my house aren't palaces, but at least we own them.
Yep. And for me, now the thing about it is with me, now this side of the block was set up for a total of 5 houses originally, the way it was divided up. So you had 5 lots on this side of the block. Right now, I own 3 of them.
3 lots?
3 lots. I got a total of 3 lots. Okay. And it's just over, I think it's, was it about 3/8 of an acre total?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now, and I'm not being nosy, neighbor, but I'm quite sure that's the way you did. I'm just guessing because your mother probably put your name on the house. That way you don't have to. There's something. Her name's on it too. I'm assuming.
Yeah, her name is on it. Well, several years ago, with her health going the way it is, and it's gotten worse. I wound up doing it, and she agreed. Is the fact that so say, she passed away. Okay, yeah, I'm going to inherit it. But thing about
it, not really inherit it because it is yours already. Right. So
I'm saying beforehand, before she had my name,
you would end up paying inheritance taxes.
Right. So now, since I'm co-owner, I don't have to pay. But right now, what I am in the process of doing is getting everything transferred over to my name. And now the thing about it is, when my parents bought this, it was lots 3 and 4. Lot number 5 was owned by somebody else. Okay. So, but 3 and 4 was grouped as one lot. Okay.
Yeah.
So they wound up, now the house on the corner, the couple that lived there, an elderly couple, like I said, they weren't retiring. And then they wound up passing away. Their kids inherited it. Hey, they had their own house. So here they had this house. They didn't want to live in it. They rented it. Person living there caught it on fire beyond repair. So it wound up getting bulldozed. They knew my parents and everything. They wound up selling that lot to my parents. Okay. The only thing is now even though through the tax office, all 3 lots are combined as one for tax purpose, surveyed wise, it's lot 5 is one.
And that's the way it should be, because if you ever decide to build you could eventually, which, I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, but if I were you, that's where you need to get yourself financially independent. You need to build yourself a modern house, like a modular, and drop it on that, and rent your house out.
Well, actually, what I'm wanting to do is I'm in the process, and Crystal's trying to get it all taken care of, is that I'm trying to get a surveyor over here to do a survey and get all 3 lots combined as one.
You don't want to do that. I'm telling you, I've been in real estate long enough. I even in Texas, it's the same thing. You don't want to do that, because what's going to happen is, I'm telling you, honestly speaking, okay, I've shown you my backyard where how it goes all the way to the river, right?
Right.
I own the lots behind every house on this street. Okay.
Okay.
See, what happened was, my grandparents, these people, our yards. Well, let me show you. I could show you on my deed the way it works. Better to explain it. Some people, and it's hard to explain that. Okay, let me go like this.
But no, I'm just wanting to get it done not only for tax purpose, but also for.
No, it'll increase your taxes. So here we go. Here's my.
The taxes are already all the same. Okay, we're paying the tax.
No. You don't understand the reason why I'm just telling you. Now listen. Just listen for a minute. I might know it all, but when it comes to this, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Man, quit licking my deed, dog. Now, you see right here. Here's where my family comes in. See, I don't know if you can read that. Maggie, will you stop it, for God's sakes? Okay, my grandfather bought this house from Westinghouse Corporation. There's my grandfather, Robert Bessie Keller.
Okay.
Went from then my grandma died, and you can see where it went from my grandfather to my Aunt Joy. And then here's my grandmother's death certificate from 1992.
Oh, Las Lorna.
Okay, here's all the deeds. Here's the map. And keep going. Okay, there's the lot. See, there's the house. It shows the addition. There's the shed. All these properties back here. See how long and skinny my lot is?
Yeah.
518 feet. See, it goes lot 18, lot 19, lot 20. Because all these backyards, people, they want to mow all that. So one by one, my grandparents bought them all. So they go all the way. The river is down like over here where it ain't no map. And the reason why I keep them separate is, like, I could sell this lot and put a house on it. I could sell this house and put a lot on it. Right now, this lot here is appraised at $16,000, just this back lot. You can see the little line right there where it shows the separation between the backyard and front yard, the backyard and the back. Okay, this area right here is separate lots. They're appraised at $16,000 each. If I combined all 3 of these lots, then they're going to reappraise all 3 of these lots to like $50,000 altogether. So then you would end up paying taxes on a $50,000 vacant lot and say $10,000 vacant lot. They're going to increase your assessment, therefore increase your taxes. But if you ever decided later on down the road, well, Maynard's Workshop in Crystal's going to build a new house on lot 20 over here and rent this house out, and then 5 years, what you could do. But then in 5 years, you say, I don't want to be a landlord. I'm going to sell this house. Then you got to go through the legal mumbo jumbo of having all these separate again.
True.
So keep them separate.
Well, the way I've got it set up right now or in mind is I do want to get them all combined, get it all combined, but I want to build something over there. I want to get a garage and everything built over there. That way, I've got something better than what I've got now.
You can still do that. But the thing is,
but if I do that, I wouldn't have the room to have a house over there.
Yeah, but the thing is, even if you keep them, if you keep them separate, you can legally you can make 2 lots into one, but don't make them all into one. You keep the separate. I mean, because you got 5 building lots basically, right?
No, 3.
3. So you can actually take.
But lots 3 and 4 are combined as one. Lot 5 is separate.
Okay. So, but you can actually get a surveyor in there, and it won't cost you any more money to actually take all 3 lots and make them into 2 big lots. You see what I'm saying?
But the way they're set up and everything, I can't do that because the backyard and everything is part of lot number 4.
Well, I would still keep them separate because you could still build on them like that. But the reason why I would do it is because if you ever wanted to be, I mean, personally, if you're smart, you should build a new house someplace back there, a modular trailer, whatever. I mean, I wouldn't buy a trailer myself because I think trailers are death traps.
It's too small to do that on. And if I was to get a house built, I'm going to buy land out in the country and do it that way. I'd sell this place and move.
I wouldn't sell it. I'd rent it. I'd rent it because rent's going to skyrocket, and you got. I mean, you might. Let me ask you this: what's the idea? How about adding onto your house and making like a duplex?
It wouldn't work.
Why is that?
Because I mean, it's the layout on it and everything. It wouldn't work.
I bet you would. If you hired an architect, they could design a duplex to add onto it.
Yeah, but have you got the money you're gonna give me for that?
Maynard, once that house is in your name, you could get the loan like nothing.
I know. Well, right now I'm still trying to get a lot of bills paid off, and that's something.
Well, I'm not saying doing it. I'm not saying right this second. I'm talking later on because what you need to, because if you did that and added on and made that a duplex, like a side by side, you know what a duplex is.
Yeah, but the thing about it is where the front door and everything is. I mean, you gotta consider that the master bedroom is in the very front.
Okay? Yeah, that's a stupid layout. That.
Well, like I said, originally it was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. So you have bedrooms on one side, living room, dining room, kitchen on the other.
Well, it's like me.
We're talking a house built over 100 years ago, okay?
Oh, I know that. I'm just saying, I realize that. It's like me. I mean, it's like my neighbor next door that lives to the north of me. I mean, he lives like right next door. We found out me and him found out about 5 years ago that his lot, my great grandparents built this house in 1865. The back half is a log cabin underneath that lath and plaster. So my family's been here a long time. And it was kind of ironic.
Yeah. Bryce, the house is co-owned right now between my mom and myself. I'm half owner of it. But like I said, right now I'm trying to get it to where the whole thing is in my name.
Well, and you can't, and legally, I mean, you can do it legally, but I wouldn't. He's got to wait for his mother to pass. And for one, another thing, Maynard I'm sure Maynard agrees with me. Even if he wanted to sell it and move and do like that, he ain't gonna do it till something happens to his mother. And I'm sure Maynard agrees with me. He ain't no hurry to bury his mother.
No, I'm not. No.
And like that, even if your mother agreed to it 1 minute, 5 minutes later she'd forget she said it for 2.
Yeah, and that's what.
And even if she didn't forget, and he could get away with doing it, then how many years did she live there?
Damn. You're gonna make me do some. I'd say what, 42 years?
Exactly. I mean, if you did something like that, Maynard, I'd call you a scumbag and never come on one of your panels again. Because that'd be wrong.
It would be. Like this. They bought. My parents bought this house back in '78.
Yeah, you'd be a scumbag if you did that to them.
Yeah. So no, I'm not. This is. The house is all paid for, so I don't have to worry about a house payment. The only thing I got to worry about is electric, water, gas, all my utilities. That's it. And right now, I'm trying to cut back on every single bill that I can. I don't have to worry about it anymore.
You'd be a scumbag though from buying a new house and moving your mark, because your mom wouldn't know what to do with herself.
No, I'm just saying. No, I wouldn't do it right now. I would, that would be something that'd be, say, 10 years down the road.
Who knows? Your mom might live in our 10 years. I've seen people with dementia live in our 10 years.
Yeah, she might.
I mean, and you know something? That'd be good for you because, like I said, I'm sure you're not in no hurry to put your mother in the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bad. It was bad enough burying my father last year, but then 3 months later burying my mom. I mean, I wasn't close to my mother, but it still hurt,
Well, Bryce, you got to consider one thing. I'm an only child. So anything, when my mom does, when that time comes, I get everything, no matter what. I'm getting everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't have
to worry about, brothers, sisters, anything like that. It's all mine. And I'm just trying to get it to where I've got more control over everything. Without having to worry about asking my mom, trying to go through her. And it's like, say I want to get something done. Well, say I got to have her permission to do it. Everything's like, no, I need this done. I can go to the city, say, hey, I need this done. I need a permit. And they say, okay, well, it shows that, she's co-owner. So we have to have her permission. So doing it this way, me having been over the whole thing, then I've got total control. I mean, it's going to happen one day, or don't know when.
Oh yeah,
right. It's a lot easier right now because, say, a month from now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying something happens with my mom where she's got to go in a nursing home. Okay.
That's why but you've covered that, because even if she went in a nursing home tomorrow, they can't take her house because you're part owner. They can't make you.
Right.
That's the smartest thing you ever did, because if she didn't put your name on it at all, they'd come in and say, okay, Mr. Maynard, get your ass out.
Yep.
And there ain't a damn thing you could do about it. But now you could say, I mean, how your name's got beyond, I think, 5 years. And I'm sure it's been on there at least.
It's been on there longer than that.
Because I know you, Maynard, you'd be love to say, okay, I understand. Oh, by the way, how much you pay me for my half? Because my name's on the house. Well, it had to have been over 5 years. I mean, it's been on there since 19 blah blah blah, and it was like, and they go, shit, son of a bitch, because that's one law, and it's that way in every state in this country. I know they need to change, because like right now, if her name wasn't on it, and and your mother had to go to nursing home tomorrow, and she was there 2 days. And she died and died. Heaven forbid, right?
Right.
Nursing home come in, sell that house, they keep all 150 grand if they get it. You know how much Maynard would get?
Not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing. And they keep it all. And because I know people have had that happen to them. They went in there, they were there less than 2 months and died.
Yep.
I mean, one woman died. My neighbor up the street from me died. I went to a nursing home on a Monday, and she was dead the following Friday, the county nursing home. And county came in, sold property, $250,000, put the money in their pocket, and their family took them to court and tried to sue them. And judge said, sorry, the county gets property, and you're shit out of luck. They had to, the county, the residents of my county fought. We had over 10,000 people said, fine, you effing, we ain't gonna pay our property taxes.
Yep.
If you don't give those people their money back. That is, they show us an itemized list. You're telling me they put $200,000 in care?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They settled out of court. They settled. They said, okay, we'll give. They got 250. They decided they'll give them 200,000 and keep 50 grand. Even that to me was an extraordinary, ridiculous amount. But at least they got 200 grand back.
Well, it's just like when my first wife, she got sick. Okay, she had to go to nursing home and everything. She wound up passing away. Well, you know, they were trying to come back and take the house. Well, thing about it is what they didn't know was the house we had, it was a double wide mobile home. Well, the house is in her name. Okay. The land is in my name. Thing about it was that house was getting repossessed, so there wasn't a damn thing they could do to collect any kind of money.
Well, that's like me. That's just what I was going to say. My neighbor next door, we found out, like I said, we've been here since 1865, basically, on this piece of land.
Right.
Basically. And we found out the next door neighbor's house was built on my grandparents' land.
Oh.
So the tenant, the guy that built it was called a tenement. He was, in other words, a sharecropper farmer.
Right.
Because this whole land here used to grow tobacco, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Hard to believe, but yes. But anyways, he built the house, okay? It was his house, but he got free use of the land in his lifetime. Well, he died and the house was sold, but they never owned the land. So every person that owned that house from the house built in 1885. So from 1885 to the present, the land was owned by the people that owned this house. So when I bought the house, I'm sitting there and the original deed says I own, my lot is 100 feet wide. I said, well, wait a second. The actual lot, see, my lot's kind of funny. It's the actual lot is 50 feet wide by 418 feet deep. Okay.
Okay.
But my lot says it's 100 foot wide, and I started doing it, and it showed the pin. My pin's on the other side of my neighbor's house next door, and I'm going over and look, and I had to pay $1,200 to have my deed research, and I come to find out I still own the land on his house.
Oh.
The guy used to be a prick. And one day, when I found that out, I went out in his front yard and pitched a tent and started camping out in his front yard. And he said, what the hell are you doing? He called the cops and everything. And the cops came down. He wanted me arrested for trespassing. And I said, and I showed the cops my deed and that. The cop said, told him what was up. And he said, so what are you saying? Well, Mr. Keller wanted to start charging you rent because he found out he was only paying taxes on the actual house, not the land. If I wanted to be a prick, I could give him 90 days to get that house off my piece of dirt, or I could claim his house.
Yep.
How would you like that feeling in your head, knowing that could you imagine if you found out you woke up and I came and pitched a tent in your front yard and started building sheds in your yard, and all of a sudden you found out I own the land that your house is built on?
I'd be upset and was like, what?
Yep.
Yep.
You know what's funny? I got the nicest neighbor in the world next door now.
I mean, he's probably changed his tune big time.
Well, he wants to buy the land. And I said, well, the only way I could do that, they want $8 grand to separate it. I mean, the thing. He said, okay. Now, I had appraisal. That lot is worth, and now here's another one. He can't build a new house. If my house burned to the ground right now, I can't build a new house on this lot. Do you know why?
Why?
New code say it's got to be 100 foot wide. But the actual lot's only 50. It's actual 50. Okay. But if my house, he can't build, I should say. If my house burns to the ground right now, I could come in and hire a wrecking company to bulldoze his house and build a brand new house across both houses.
Yep.
I don't even have to pay him for his house. I could evict him. I give him 90 days to get out. What do you think the chances of moving 100 is built in 1885? So what, about 135-year-old house? What do you think chance of moving a 135-year-old house that's built on slate foundation?
Slim and none. Slim left town.
Well, he could move it. But what do you think chance of finding a mover that could have it out there in 90 days?
Like I said, slim and none.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And yeah, Bryce, my mom does live with us.
And that's what I mean. But he wants to buy it. And I said, it's a break. But I said, well, that land's worth 50 grand. I had a break. He said, I ain't paying you 50 grand. Well, then I ain't selling.
Yep. Oh, well, it's just like, before my dad passed away, he was out there doing some yard work, and someone stopped by and asked him, if he owned it. My dad said, yeah. And the guy said, would you be interested in selling it? He goes, yeah. And the guy says, well, how much do you want for it? My dad said, $1 million. The guy looked at him and says, you don't want to sell it then, do you? My dad says, nope.
Well, it's like like I say, everyone's got price. Realistically, Maynard, seriously, if your mother died tomorrow, you got the whole house, and I knocked at your door and said, I'll give you $500,000 cash. Cash in hand. I was holding $500,000 cash in a briefcase and handed it to you and said, can I?
In other words, if you handed me $500,000 for it, would I move or would I sell? It'd be tempting. Because I know places around here right now that, I could very easily go and buy it and move in and I still have money left over. Bryce, my mom's been retired now for about 30 years.
I didn't hear what you said the last time, Maynard. Someone decided to call, and I couldn't hear you. What did you say about if I offered you 500?
I said it'd be very tempting.
Exactly. But that's everyone's got their price. Because like you said, for 500,000, you could buy or build your dream house out in the boonies.
Right. Because like I said, I could. There's places around here. 500,000. Yeah, I could probably go. And I know a place right now. They got I think 3 acres, like 150,000. And I'm going. I go out there and get me a nice, really nice double wide. Get all utilities and everything set up on it. And say I had 300,000 invested. Hey, I still have 200,000 sitting in the bank. I wouldn't have to be doing much.
Bryce, you don't bring someone that's got dementia on a live stream. If Maynard did that, one minute she could remember doing it, next minute not, and then if she did remember it, she'd get all pissed off. Right? You didn't give me permission to put me on there. You don't bring someone with Alzheimer's, dementia, the same idea. They both forgetful. No, you don't bring them up on a live stream. Right. No.
And for one thing, I'm out here in my garage and it's detached from the house. No,
but even if you did it in the house. No. Even if you did in the house, you don't bring someone with dementia on a live stream. No, she could she could actually say, I didn't give you permission to videotape me and say, I'm going to sue you. And then or do something crazy, like say, I want your name off the house, even something stupid like that. She could do it. Even though, and I doubt she would do that, but then she could make his life, she'd give him a headache for a month or two because she would say, you didn't get an involved gun. She'd forget about it. People, the only thing sad about his mother having dementia, I don't know what your father died of, but that could be you someday.
well, I'll play this. My mom, she retired from Southwestern Bell. Like I said, that's been over 30 years ago. But with my mom and everything, that's why I'm glad Crystal's here, because she can keep an eye on my mom. And I'll play this. My mom, she don't drive anymore. If she's got a doctor's appointment, that's what Crystal does. She takes her to and from the doctor. But,
it's like right now. It's like what Maynard's going through. I went through with my father because he started getting. It's like I'll give you an example. Like my father, I'll tell you the craziest thing he ever did. He before he died. just before he died. I took his car keys and went out to start his truck for him because he hadn't driven it in about a month. So I said, give me your keys. I'm going to go start the truck. It hasn't been driven in a month. Warm it up, charge the battery. And when I went to crank it, and it was real wintertime, and then finally kicked off. And I let it run for about 45 minutes. I locked the keys in the truck, and came back in. Gave him the keys, mind you. And then that's when I was working nights. I just got done working that night, and I had to be at work again. It was on a Friday. And I went over on the way home, had coffee, took him some breakfast pizza. That was our morning ritual, our breakfast pizza. And so I gave him the keys. And my sister was staying up here with him. That's when he started to get bad. And I went home, went to bed. Because by that point, we moved him back into his house. And I'm sitting there snoring away. I went to bed about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I had to be at work at 8 o'clock at night, so working nights, it sucks. I get a phone call from my old man at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What the F did you do with my damn car keys? You took them home with you, you son of a bitch. Bring them back or I'm going to call the cops on you. And my sister was in the background going, she didn't even know he called me. And my sister said, Dad, what are you doing? That son of a bitch stole my keys, house keys and all. You're waking me up out of a dead sleep to say I stole your keys. Have I ever stolen your keys before? Well, you don't want me to drive. You and your sister don't want me to drive. I said, you got your damn truck in your driveway. It's in your name. How am I going to, you know what I'm saying? I bought you the damn truck, right? I'm not stealing it. Well, you want my truck. It's a rust bucket. I got my own damn truck. What do I want your truck for? Only thing your truck's got that mine has is AC. And I go, and I said, and I hung up on. He called me right back, and my sister grabbed the phone from him. No, will you leave him alone? He's got work tonight.
Yep.
You got your keys. No, I don't. You know what he did 20 minutes later? When I got up for work, my sister said, get up. And he said, why? I got up, looked into his house. Guess what? Searched the house. They fell off his pants pocket. They were buried in the couch. Both sets of his keys. And I came over the next morning, pizza and that. My sister was there. Apologized. He wouldn't for what? I thought he stole my keys. But you called him up, woke him out of a dead sleep, and I couldn't get back to sleep. That morning, I got back on Saturday morning. Even though I slept all day because I was exhausted because I was basically slept 4 hours almost. By the time I got home, got to bed, walked the dog, got Maggie, or I should say Mr. Briggs and Stratton, they were still around, and got back to bed. It was actually almost 9:30 by the time I got to bed. I left his house at 8. Got waking up at noon, 1 o'clock from a dead sleep. Yeah, you don't go back to sleep that way, especially when it's bright sun outside staring at you in the face. And he said, I don't need to apologize. And that old man would not apologize. I'd have a better chance to call Maynard up to have him apologize for something my father did that he didn't do. And that's just the way they are. When people got dementia, forget it. I mean, if she might wake up one morning and think Maynard is his father and try and give him a kiss.
Yeah. Well, all I know is that this year my mom will turn 85. Yeah, she'll be 85 this year.
Yeah, ain't that amazing?
And up like this, she's lived longer than her own mom.
That it's amazing how that works. It's like my old man died at 78. He was the youngest male in my family. My grandfather Keller was 94.
Bryce, right now with the way my mom is, she has to use a walker. So no, don't take her to the store. She stays home. The only time that she does go anywhere is if it's like to the doctor, something like that. Other than that, no, Crystal and I, we both get the shopping done. We do all the regular housework, cooking, cleaning, trash, stuff like that. Make sure all the bills are paid. That way she doesn't have to worry about it. Because right after Crystal had actually moved down here, come to find out, tell you how bad my mom's mind was. we found 5 bills that she totally forgot about and had late fees because she didn't realize she hadn't paid them yet.
Oh, I believe it. That it's pretty amazing. When people get sick like that, that's the worst. That's terrible. I mean,
and there's things that I'd like to be able to do. There's trips that I would love to be able to go and do. I mean, I missed out one trip that the ministry wound up doing not that long ago, and I would love to have gone. Place I've been wanting to go to ever since hearing about it. I couldn't go because I couldn't leave my mom by herself. There's no way. Now we do have a trip planned in July, but Crystal has a friend of hers that we've been talking to, and she's probably going to be coming down and staying that week and keep an eye on my mom.
Who? Oh,
yeah.
A family, her daughter?
No, it's a high school friend.
Oh.
But, I mean, yeah, I've had to go and have power of attorney all drawn up. That way I've got access to her bank account to make sure her bills are paid.
That's the hardest thing to do.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah.
It's almost like you know the end is near.
Yeah. But like I say, it's just the fact that, I mean, we can tell her something, and 5-10 minutes later, she doesn't remember it. That's how her mind is.
Yep.
I mean, I could tell her something, today, and I guarantee you that by this evening, she'll not have any kind of memory of it.
Here, I'll show you a good one. Here you go. You're gonna laugh.
Hang on, Briggs. Bryce, up like this. Tell you how bad her memory and mind has gotten. She has not remembered my birthday for the last 2 years.
That sucks. Now, that is bad. There you go, Maynard. That's my grandfather when he was 92.
Right. Damn. You don't look it.
Yep. Here you go. I'll give you a real scary one. That's my wedding day in 1987.
Look at them ears.
Yep. I was 19 years old when that picture was taken.
Damn. Well, I can say one thing. You and I both have one thing in common.
What's that?
We both like the women with extra meat on the bones.
Yep. That's actually my first wife. She's dead.
Yeah. Oh, when did that happen?
She died 2 days after I got married.
What happened?
Had a stroke.
Ooh, that's bad.
Had a stroke while we were 40. She was 24.
Oh, you like older women too, huh?
She was 24. I was 19.
Like I said, you like older women.
She wasn't older. I don't consider that older.
Well, she was older than you.
Yeah. She had a big pocketbook too.
Oh.
That ain't why I married her.
You're a gold digger.
Nope. She chased me. I didn't chase her.
But I'm just trying to give you a hard time about it.
Oh, I know. She did. She had massive stroke. But here you go. Here's an even better one. You see that little whippersnapper holding the net?
Yeah. That's you.
Mr. Briggs.
Damn.
Yep. That's summer of 1974. I was 6 years old.
Damn.
And that pool, my father bought that pool. We were in heaven. We were the only one on the street that had a pool. It was right behind the garage. This is how cheap my old man was. You know why he took that, got rid of it?
Why?
Because they raised the taxes on the house by $3 a year because of that pool. He said, I ain't paying them $3 to have a damn pool in my backyard. He ripped it down.
Damn.
He had 6 kids. And he took down the damn pool over $3. I said, I was like 7 years old. You give me $3 a week allowance. I'll give you a week's allowance back. He wouldn't do it. He said, nope, you earned the allowance. Well, good. I can do I'll spend on what I want. He would not let us kids. We all agreed. We'll give you $1 a week. Keep the pool. He wouldn't do it.
Wow.
It wasn't the cost of the chemicals. It probably cost him $500 a year. No. Oh, well, we're going to tax you $3 a year. I ain't paying you $3 a year, you cheap. Oh, I hated it. Believe me. We wanted to.
I had a pool like that when we lived back in Houston. Oh, man, I loved it. The only problem is we wound up having a storm come through, and it rained like you would not believe, and the seam on it ripped. And you talk about really flooding the backyard. Because when that thing let go, I mean, that water went everywhere. We probably had about a foot of water standing.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah. And that's the only demise on that pool that I had, is the fact that it had so much water in it that it literally just overpowered it and it just ripped it. I mean, and I'm not talking about the metal siding. I'm talking about the actual vinyl lining that was inside of it. That's what ripped.
Oh, it's amazing how much. I mean, the way the law works, and I'm sure, I don't know how it is in Texas on that again. It's like here in New York, for instance. If I had a pool, if I had a tree fall in my yard and it demolished Maynard's house, and he lived in New York, guess whose insurance covers it?
Yours.
Yep. It's probably that way in Texas. That's probably because I believe that's a national standard. But
Yep.
you know something? I'm sorry. That is scumbag. I mean, I'm not saying it's scumbag, but what scumbag is, because there's people. It's like if see, it's kind of funny. If my house, if for instance, if you had a tree and you're like, if you had a house next door to you, like I do, and you had a tree that was dying, you would do the right thing and cut that tree down.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
but if you want to be a prick,
I've got a tree. I've got a big old pecan tree that's actually going right on the other side of my property. Okay, it's actually in the neighbor's side. Okay, but I've got big old tree limbs that come over on my side. By law, if I want to, since they're over on my side, I can cut them, and not a damn thing we can do about them.
Oh,
so
that's everywhere.
If anything on my side of the property, if I want to cut them and, get rid of them, burn them, whatever, that's my legal right because it's on my side of the property.
Yep. Oh, that's everywhere.
Yeah.
Ain't it amazing? The laws in different country.
Yep.
It's like I tell people, you gotta watch, gotta keep track of the laws, even stupid laws like that, Yep. It's like here you go. Here's something that I'm sure you would like to read. There's my grandfather's history book from 1935.
Wow.
You think it's showing better days?
Yeah, it's seen better days for sure. Yeah.
But that's when you could understand the history book.
Yep, that's true. Yeah.
It's just amazing. You read. This is a way history was meant to be written. You read this and it's fact.
Yep.
I went to the high school about a month ago and asked for a copy, the name of the history book they're using on these 11th graders, because that's usually when they teach American history. They teach it before that, but that's when they get big into it.
Right.
And they said that's not public information. Wait
What?
a second. I pay in school tax. So finally the principal came out because it was a sector. He said, that's false information, ma'am. You, Miss Turner or whatever her name was. Sure. He says, he went and he got on the shelf. I mean, showed it to me and he says, and he came up, why do you want it? And I told him why. And he says, I understand. He went like this. He said, he whispered, meet me outside in the parking lot. He gave me a copy of it.
Yeah.
I can't show you because I promised not to show it. But anyways,
Yeah.
I was reading it through it. And let's just put it this way. It's enlightening what they're teaching these kids today.
Yeah. See,
And you wouldn't believe what's in that.
Oh yeah, I would. I guarantee it's a lot different than what was in the books that you and I read in school.
Oh, they make us look like makes us look like we're the bad guys. Yeah. I don't need to go into detail, but I'm sure you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. See, Tommy, here where we're at, yeah. I mean, like if I want to, I've got 2 huge limbs coming off that country. If I wanted to move my mom's car and everything out of the way of the driveway, I could come in with a one of those lifts and everything, those scissor lifts. I could bring it in. I could go up on that. I could get my chainsaw out. I could cut every single one down.
Did you hear? Did you see Diesel Creek?
You never could do.
Did you see Diesel Creek? You know what Diesel Creek is, right?
No.
Oh my God, Maynard. Diesel Creek is a YouTuber.
Okay.
Look up Diesel Creek. You would love him. Everyone watches Diesel Creek. He's like Puddin's Fab Shop, only he'll buy all this old, he goes to auctions, builds stuff. He's having a shop built. He's got old excavators and he's a farmer. He just bought 4 scissor lifts and auction $250 a piece.
Damn, that's cheap.
But you gotta watch. It's called Diesel Creek. He's a YouTuber. You gotta watch him. He's in Eastern Pennsylvania. You would love this guy.
Huh.
He's a young guy. I mean, he looks like a nerd. He does, man. He's got his glasses on. Man, he's good at what he does. But he's got over 150,000 subscribers. So I'm sure you know he's sort of like a young musty one. Only he don't go into little boy stuff. He goes into big boy stuff.
What's up, Chef Shade Tree? Yeah, no, I'm out on in the middle of the day. Hey, I've had the thing posted for a week now that I was gonna be going live today. You didn't get the notification? I've been live now for almost about 3.5 hours. But
you don't have to give the branches back you cut off, Tommy. No, I don't believe that.
Well,
if it's in your airspace, it's your property.
Okay, yeah, but look where he lives. He's across the pond.
Oh, okay. That don't make sense. But around here, no. Thank God. It's like, but I wouldn't want to live across the pond. At least I can go to my closet here. I got a corner closet. Someone walks up, rings my doorbell. I don't know. I can open it up and point that 12 gauge double barrel off there. Yes, can I help you? Or can I give you free ventilation?
Yeah.
I did that. I've done that.
Oh yeah.
I had a meth head come knock at my door. Yes, they're around. And the guy was clearly buzzed out, and he had a machete on him. So yeah, he called the cops, said I pointed a gun at him. And the cops asked me, yeah, I did. Open up his trench coat. What are you talking about? Tell him to open up his trench coat. And he opened up and he went like this. What? And there's a machete that he had strapped from his armpit all the way down to his waist. The cop said, yeah, I would have pointed a gun at you too, just to show, hey, I mean business, you know. Guy wanted the money. I said, for what? If you want to get high, I got some Drano out there you can snort. Because that time, I mean, what do you? he said, what do you? I said, what do you think they make meth out of?
Yep.
I mean, if you want my Drano, I'll give you some.
Yep. All right. Well, it's going on 4 o'clock, and there's some things I gotta get done around here before tonight, because I got some information I gotta find out about whether or not I'm going to this benefit, this bike benefit tonight or not. So I get that done, and some other things I gotta get done around here. I appreciate everybody that's been in. It's like, I can't believe that Chef Shade Tree just realized, oh, by the way, I'm
What happened to Luna, I wonder?
Lorna, she's sent me a message saying she lost her power. So power went out over there.
They lose power over there so much, it's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's in that building and everything. Yeah. But yeah, I need to get this shut down. That way I can get some things done and try and get ready for tonight. So
you're never ready. You're always 5 seconds behind.
Yeah. But I appreciate everybody that's been here. I know y'all usually don't see me on a Saturday, but it's a fact that, like I said, today was basically the 365th day of me paying for having StreamYard. And it's like, I'm not doing over 20 hours a month anymore. I'm not having more than 6 people up on panel. And it's like, why pay for something I'm not getting full benefits out of? So I'm just stopping it and going back to the basic freebie. So 20 hours a month at the most, and only 6 people. The only drawback is now you'll be seeing the StreamYard duck head up on panel. That's it.
I don't blame you a bit. I mean, if it was $2 a month, then I'd say, yeah, that's different. But when you're spending that kind of money, yeah, it's not worth it.
Right. I mean, they did have another option, and it's like, I mean, even $96 for the year and everything, it still wouldn't be, I'm still not getting the benefits and everything out of it.
Well, 96 ain't bad, but you'd have to go live 3 nights a week, and guess what? There's more to life than YouTube.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got the motorcycle ministries keeping me busy, and I mean, like I said, I'm doing that a lot, and I got to be able. I'm committed to that. Okay, so YouTube, it's a hobby and everything. So, yeah.
Everything's life is a hobby. I tell people that all the time. It's like life is a hobby.
The only thing I can say right now is, if you want to be able to help and everything, share the video, get me some subscribers, because right now, last time I looked, I'm only like 258, and right now I'm actually coming up on the amount of watch hours I need. I just don't have subscribers in order to get monetized. Okay, if once say I hit 1,000 subscribers and I'm at 4,000 watch hours, hey, I can get monetized. And that
and I don't know why everybody's so worried about monetization. It's not like you're gonna make any money on it.
Right. I mean, I know people that have gotten that they're over 1,000 subscribers, and they got the watch hours, and I hear them saying, oh, they made like $60 a month off of it. I'm going, I make more than that in short time at work at my job.
I mean, believe me, if you could, I mean, I know a YouTuber called Ike Steven. He runs a channel called Bonehead Truckers. He's a full-time truck driver. And literally now he makes one stupid video a week about truckers crash or have accidents in a parking lot and that. You know what he does for work?
What's that?
Bonehead Truckers. He's making an average of $8,000 a month putting out one video a week of Bonehead Truckers. And some guys harass him, and people are. I said it's jealous. I mean, hey, he made it. That's the way I look at it. I mean, come on, if you can make $8,000 a month putting out a video of things like stupid lawnmower accidents where people roll their lawnmowers and that, and spend 4 or 5 hours a day putting a video, and then the rest of the time do whatever the F you want. Don't tell me you wouldn't do it. I mean,
right now,
but
if I had the subscribers and they were paid, members, because I know that a lot of the channels and everything, it's like what, say $3-4 a month that you're paying for something like that. Now, if you've got, say 100, okay, you're only going to get what, maybe $300 a month. That's not enough to live off of.
Well, I mean, the guy I'm talking about has over 150 subscribers, and the average video watch is like 18,000 views.
Right.
You get that many, you're going to make money. But the problem is, it took him 10 years to get to that point. So,
oh yeah,
I mean, you're not going to do it overnight.
Right. Now, as far as the March Madness goes, that's because I'm doing away with the paid subscription for StreamYard. That's the March Madness. I'm getting away from it because I'm not getting the benefits from it. I'm not going over 20 hours a month. I don't ever, very rare if I ever had over 6 people up on panel. So why use, paying for something I'm not getting full benefits out of? So that's why I've just dropped back to the freebie one. And today happens to be the very last day for it.
Yep, and that's because you don't have what's the word I'm looking for? Let me think. You don't do that.
No. Oh, no.
And that is that's it in a nutshell. You can't kiss people's ass.
Oh yeah, I'm not. No, I'm not a brown noser. No.
Yeah. Yep. There was I've been it's like I know exactly what you're talking about. I was actually had a company. I got on the CB radio one time, and I said it on the CB radio. There was this guy at work when I worked for a triaxle company, hauling gravel. And every time you got loaded, I'd have to go down to the rack, get on top of the trailer, and rake the stuff out. Well, there's this one driver. They called him the boss driver. He stopped, get your ass going and move. He stopped right there and told me what to do. And I said, I'm leveling out my load. It's good enough. Get out of there. And I said, are you driving it? And he said, no. Then mind your own business to get going. Complained to my boss, told them that I was goofing off, blah, blah, blah. And they called me out on it. And they said this. And I said the same thing. If he says it's okay, but he's not driving it. I'm captain of my ship.
Yeah.
So I got my ass chewed out and sent home for a day. Next day on the day I came back, I said, I got on radio. I drove by him. And I waited till he's down road, and I go, brown noser on the CB. And they called me in the office, and they want me to apologize to him. Really? Can you prove it's me? They know your voice. Bullshit. You got voice recognition in here? No. 2 people heard you. I don't give a rat's ass. Prove it was me.
Yeah, prove it's me. Yeah.
They fired me for it.
Oh.
I was back to work, and so I sued them for it was seasonal job, and it was at the end of the year, and they tried to stop my unemployment. I sued them. Took 3 weeks, and they said you're going. And I said I ain't worried about it. I got my income from over here, the housing, and I sued them halfway through the winter. Not only did I get full unemployment, they had to back pay me for the last 4 weeks of work, and offer me and let me come back the following year. And I ended up getting like 10 grand out of them all together at back pay, and I still got my unemployment and that. But I'm like, the judge said the same thing. Did you have voice recognition playing at that time? No, it sounded just like him. People testified, but a CB radio doesn't show a voice. It ain't a live stream like on YouTube. And he said even if he did it, you can't prove it. It's your word against theirs.
Yep.
And they found it in my favor, and then the judge asked me, and then they asked me after the fact, did I do it? And I said, brown noser. I heard it. Did you do it? Yep. Don't matter. That and the judge said the same thing. Even if I did do it, that ain't a legitimate reason to fire someone. It's called freedom of speech.
Yep.
But anyways, I hear you.
Yep. All
Go
right.
have fun. Go finish up your little projects.
Yeah,
I gotta
a
go
few
change.
projects. And like I said, I got a few things I need to get done, some things I got to get moved out of the house and stuff like that. And yeah, I still got a lot to do. And like I said, weekends is about the only time I get a chance to do this stuff. Yep.
Hey, it's like me. I laundry day here, so you want to help?
Yeah. Nope.
I need a maid.
I got my own laundry to do.
Yeah, but you got Crystal to do it for you.
No, I do it too. She does a lot, but that's one of the benefits for being here. Yeah.
No comment. I ain't saying nothing. I keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate everybody's been here. I know I know usually not here on a Saturday, but I appreciate everybody's been here. So I guess Monday I'll see y'all back again. Like I said, it's just gonna be, I'm cutting back on the hours for doing live streams is all. So I'll see y'all Monday. Y'all have a good weekend, and until then, stay safe and God bless.
Bye.